having passed since the events of the cave, you will have finished cleansing the town. By that I mean burning it and making sure that everything is as pure as you can make this land. Although I will say Tatsumiya and Asako, there's some deep corruption here, and it'll probably take some time for that to truly fade. Although you think you've definitely begun that process. I'll be on an archive build sheet for you, just because my brain will break if I see two with the exact same picture.
What?
Sorry, two different things. I saw Ben has a second sheet, and it was breaking my brain seeing it. But anyway, you all had cleansed a lot of this area and made your way back towards the city of the Rich Frog. As you all make your way back with your new Crab Clan companion, Ito, say that 3 times fast, you find a city not as you left it, not a bustling area preparing for winter and for the celebrations and the different holidays therein. You find a city bustling for a different reason. You find many of the Ronin, and honestly, a lot of the clan samurai as you enter back via Lion territory are on the move, and not in just traveling attire, but in more official attire, either more official robes or in their actual war gear, which is definitely having an effect of unnerving the populace a bit. People are moving as if something is going on here, which is something your new Crab Clan member does remark on upon entry, saying, "This is a lot more than I expected." We pick up with all of you entering. When you enter the Lionlands, where are you going? What do you want to do?
I actually had some things I want to talk to the crowd about.
Oh yeah, sure. If you have some
What?
things, I'm definitely fine with that. Definitely fine with that.
Because I do kind of want to ask him, how long have you been walking around? And just generally curious questions.
Absolutely.
But we'll start with that one, I think.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
how long have you been tracking this blood speaker?
Oh, a few months now, I believe. I had heard rumors that there might be something up this way some time ago, and I made my way from Lands of the Crane, where I found my last person, up this way. And I found where they had originated and have been trying to track them down since. But they move like I do, quickly and quietly. The difference is a blood speaker can sort of hide its visage behind a fake mask. And while I do something similar, mine's much more noticeable.
Where did it originate? Where did they originate from?
I believe they were once a member of the Dragon Clan, some many years ago. They were imprisoned in the castle up north. It's my belief one of the previous occupants of the castle had kept her imprisoned for his own personal use. Maho magic is quite powerful.
Do other crabs kind of know about this, or did you just kind of stumble upon this information?
There are other of my specific school of practice that are aware of what I'm doing, but most crab do not.
So mostly just the Kuni, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to kind of put everything together. Do you like what you do? Or does it,
It is my
it
purpose in life. I am very honored to have it. I don't mind it in any way. I view it very much as most people view their duty. No better or worse.
no, it seems interesting. I mean, you get to see a whole bunch of places and, rid the land of evil. It's very um that's
You
kind
do.
of it's sort of what the Kato do. Just mostly in the Phoenix clan, taking care of shrines and things. The Kaito.
Mhm. We do tend to try to take care of shrines, but that's not what I do on the daily. I find things that hide in caves. I have seen some interesting places and some interesting things,
Like
but
what?
I don't. Yeah, for a moment. Some dark creatures of the Shadowlands whose name I probably shouldn't utter. And I'd rather not describe them. I don't think you'll get the idea of them out of your head if I do.
Probably not, but that's okay. It's interesting to hear stories, or
Yes,
hear what's going on.
I very much agree. I like to know what's going on. How are things in the city? I've avoided it thus far, but I have been curious.
Honestly, kind of. I don't want to say quiet because it's got the whole court going on right now. Um, the lions have been kind of on edge since they found um, the masks and the swords, like the ones we found back there.
They found them already
Yeah.
within the city.
I kind of look at Wanashi, and he Mr. Wanashi brought them back. He fought him and another crab. Ended up fighting some of those skeletons, and ended up bringing them back. So now they're bringing a lot of Kitsu into the city. I didn't tell you any of this.
No, it's perfectly fine. Can Manashi hear this conversation? By the way, Tatsumiya, like how far are you doing this?
I figure we're in earshot.
Sure. Then very quickly,
I-
his head turns back to Anashi. You found and fought some of these things before. Do you mind telling me where?
You're not the only one who keeps asking me this.
No, but it's
Right.
my job.
By a river. North of.
He looks at the Drowned Merchant River that you guys are like walking alongside.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
be more
quite descriptive.
north of city of Rich Frog.
So in
About
dragon
it.
territory.
They were on a fishing trip, and Wanashi went back a little early. Him and Sujihara went home. But they encountered them on the way back.
And you brought those weapons back with you into the city.
Yeah, trophies. And it's proof we slain some undead things out there.
Really? Tell me, have you noticed any weird side effects?
No, not really.
No
I don't
weird
think so.
headaches, strange markings on your body? Nothing like that.
I mean, I'm scarred from head to asshole, but
Is that new?
no. I mean, do you want to take a look? I guess.
It might not be a bad idea. And he's got these large, these wide eyes as he looks at you. Perhaps when we stop.
Okay. Why? Is there something bad that happens when you touch them?
Yes, potentially. A sort of corruption can seep into your soul, and it manifests itself in a number of ways. You could end up tainted like many of the creatures that you fought.
Did they Onashi, did they cleanse you after you got back?
DM, did they cleanse me? I actually don't remember.
Yes, they did.
Now
They
Yue like
did.
starts panicking a little bit, like hold
Yeah,
on.
as you start panicking, you can see like the crab's not, but there's an intensity there that makes you nervous.
Mhm.
It's about to go down.
But yeah, you were. There was a kunai in the city who did cleanse you.
You mean Kitsu?
Kitsu, I'm sorry. Yes.
Cool.
So it's best to be careful around such objects. If your soul ends up too corrupted, you could be bound for Chikobu when you die. But
But I
it doesn't
mean,
seem.
You feel all right, right?
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
That's good. That's very good. And he.
Like have you been having like any weird dreams or anything like that?
Nope. I mean, I woke up a cold sweat a couple times.
Roll me an Earth. God, this guy. I wish there was like a memory check. Earth. Recall.
Earth smithing?
No.
Oh. Tried, guys.
Does it make you sad that you can't use Belle's character to just like inevitably kill us from that bullshit?
Oh, he was coming after me.
I was.
He was gonna after all of it.
Meditation,
you know,
No,
maybe?
he was specifically told to
Yeah, that's
kill
what I'm
me.
thinking.
Oh, yeah,
I'm thinking
you-
meditation
yeah.
key. As you just kind of, meditate on the thought.
Excellent.
That sounds
Wow.
great.
Hey, it's a success.
You had like some weird dreams since the event, but with how it works, none that stick out.
Yeah, I mean usually I've heard they're pretty vivid.
I don't remember any. I mean, a weird dream every now and then, I guess. I don't know, like just the normal stuff.
You would remember this.
Maybe.
I mean, would he if it's that kind of deep?
If it's just the
That-
tainted effect of having a weapon, yes, he should remember that.
Yeah, I mean I've dealt with people before who've kind of had an injury, or who've been injured by them, and they say that the dreams are pretty vivid.
Mm-hmm. What are you rolling courtesy for?
Oh, because I have awful dreams.
Mhm.
'Cause somebody does. It's me.
Mhm.
I've heard from sources that they're really vivid.
Hold on.
You know what? I'm gonna
But-
insight check.
Because that's her personal experience, I will say.
Sure.
I'll take a strike from that. Let's see.
I'm gonna insight check you for fun.
But I'll take the 2 opportunities and the.
Sure, absolutely.
But I'll take the 2 opportunities to see if I can glean anything from him.
You could lower
Can I-
that
can I
strike
do
too.
that?
From him?
Yeah. I wanna
Sure.
let me.
What
let me
are you trying to gather?
Let me say, like,
I'm
let
just
me
thinking about
pull up this. Let me pull up this table real quick. Resources.
By the way, Bear, how does Morimoto act to all this weird talk of dreams?
That's a good question. She kind of looks in on her own. Is there anything in her dreams that she remembers that would have been?
You remember that laughing and the sound of that waterfall a lot. That's pretty consistent.
It says, notice an interesting detail about a character in the scene, such as an advantage or a disadvantage. At the GM's discretion, you may establish a new detail for an NPC, which I don't have any. I don't have any desire to establish a new detail right now. So I would like to notice something after my one success.
Okay, an advantage or a disadvantage that he has?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me take a look at this stuff real quick. Yep.
Yeah, close to a screwdriver.
Do I?
Yeah.
Derek, why are you taking screwdrivers? Wow,
Derek,
that sounds so.
How could you?
that's. What if somebody else needed the screwdriver? You can't just hog the screwdriver.
I can't believe we're harassing our DM in the session he's about to completely ruin our worlds.
You know what? I think it's time. I think it's fair. I think it's absolutely fair. He already knows he's gonna fuck us over.
It's called pre-payback. It's pre-revenge.
All right, I'm back.
Pre. Hi, welcome back.
You didn't
Thanks.
even hear us. We're good.
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Talking shit about you stealing a screwdriver.
Yep.
Menashe, you're such.
You are such a tattletale.
What a fucking
DM's pet.
Stitches, holy shit.
Okay. So he has a disadvantage that really applies to large social situations. So like if he's in a large group, he takes a penalty to courtesy.
Okay. What's okay?
It's basically he's very unnerving.
Okay. Got it. But yeah, from what I've heard, it's pretty.
Right.
Yep.
I'll roll something for him just in general. It's a social thing.
I mean, it's probably sentiment.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he's trying to convince someone.
No.
Cool.
Okay. Pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. For so yeah, as he you guys are talking about this, I think he takes in a few different glances at a few of you. Just with his large wide eyes. But he doesn't say anything. At least not on that front. Do you guys keep on?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Derek, out of curiosity, as we're kind of walking with this man, is there anything that's out of place that seems a bit odd? Anything that he shouldn't have that he does have, like a tattoo or item?
I mean, he's his face is like painted, just pure white with like these kind of black spots around his eyes. So that's kind of weird. But as far as like strange tattoos or anything like that, he might have some stuff on his forearm. But yeah, I mean, I'd say he's got just kind of a weird whole vibe in general.
I think like I don't have anything else really specific.
Okay.
I think I had more, but I have since forgotten in the week.
Fair.
But I think like as long as he entertains it and as long as he's like okay with it, I just kind of
Yeah.
I would like to be personable with him.
Yeah, sure. And he does his best to do the same, although he's just a bit unnerving the whole time.
Yeah, you know what? I've heard the Cooney are unnerving, but you know what? If he's going after, I think the way that UA is thinking, like if he's going after a blood speaker, he's probably very skilled. He might have something to teach me.
Sure. No, that's very fair.
So we choke down the unnervingness a little bit.
Sure. And I mean, when he talks about his work, he is, you gather, pretty skillful. But he doesn't go into too much detail on anything. His general feeling on that is that he doesn't want them to hear or see either of you right now when he does so.
Got it.
Wait, say that again?
He's worried that if he talks about something, that'll draw its attention.
If I get that
Like
kind
a
of feel,
Voldemort?
Kind of.
if I get that kind of feel, like, you know, she might ask like some questions, but then kind of turn back to like, oh, where are you from in the Crablands?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you know, who taught you? Like, were they skilled? Do you have, you know, just things like that?
They were until they lost their way.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It happens to many in my line of work.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He kind of takes it in stride. Yeah, you have an interesting trip back.
Yep. Tell him about the city, everything he needs to know.
Okay.
About anything he needs to know before he gets in here that I know.
Perfect. What none of you know is the current situation.
Nope, absolutely not. It's been quiet. It's been
has.
quiet. Kabuki has been like thriving right now.
It
Maybe
has.
that's because my friend Doji Jin has been, you know, taking us to so many, and that's why we see we've participated in a lot of Kabuki theater, or, you know, spectated on it.
Absolutely. And as you all enter, assuming there's nothing more on the way there, yeah, you emerge in Lion territory to an area on the move with a much more intense aura about it than previous. Where do you guys want to go? What do you want to do?
Ask around about what's going on.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do too. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But also, I think we should probably report to the Imperial Governor too.
Yeah, you do have this crab in tow.
Yeah. Once we get the general gist, once we pull somebody aside, like, hey, what's going on? Then we get up there.
Sure. And you are able to find a lion, who will say that they are answering the governor's call to war.
Does he go into detail?
If you ask for more detail, like
Yeah, that's very vague.
Yeah.
Very confusing.
I think
at this moment.
It is, except he just assumes that you've heard it as you're samurai and you've.
Nope, sorry, we've been out of town.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he'll go into it a bit more. Just saying that apparently a rogue Ronin samurai has stolen some of a good portion of the rice of the city with which it cannot survive, and the governor is calling upon all the clans and visiting samurai to aid in basically the continued safety of the city and to bring down the traitor to the north. And that all hands would be welcome.
Got it. Thank you for that explanation.
He will nod and very quickly and very briskly continue his walk to where you're not sure.
off to the boats.
Off to the boats. All right. You head north. And you make your way to the island. Sonyi Jin. You've not had too long since this decree went down. About a day and a half has gone by. What have you done in that day and a half?
I have tried to get meetings with everyone,
Sure.
including Lady Bayushi.
Sure. Absolutely. Who is your biggest priority to get a meeting with?
Probably Shinjo, because frankly, he knows already about the governor's little affair.
Sure.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Marina probably knows too, but we'll just go with. I need to talk to her, and I get the feeling she will be happy to see me.
Sure. So you go. You know he was ill before. Do you try to go back and see if he's available now?
No, I send him a note saying I need to speak with you very soon, like as soon as you're able.
Very well. Then that's about the. As that order has come down, that edict from the governor, people are very busy suddenly. So it suddenly went from, you can just arrange meetings, have them set up, and it's good, to everything's in disarray. But Shinjo does eventually get back to you, probably about a day and a half later. So perhaps this morning, as you're preparing for the day, or perhaps have just prepared for the day, Shinjo will have made his way to the island in search of you. He looks pale, but he's on his feet, and he's got his smirk on his face as he sees you, and will give a small bow. Lady Doji, I'm sorry I was unable to take your meeting the other day.
It's all right. Would you care for some tea?
That would be rather lovely, thank you.
Yep, she'll. So she sits down and she takes the cup, but she doesn't actually drink from it. She's just holding it, which is probably a tell for her, but this
Sure.
is serious. You and I both know that what's going on here is interesting.
I don't think there's anyone in the city who wouldn't call it interesting. But there might be other words.
I just imagined he just started eating the way you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, exactly. Just a small cracker.
So the governor has been lying, misrepresenting his situation.
At least a bit, yes. Although this would explain where some of the rice has gone.
I don't know how she would say this.
Yeah, you're in a bit of a weird spot now. Because you have more information than he does. And it's a weird game of how much do you tell him?
Is he trustworthy? I mean, at this point, can I figure that out?
I'll say I'll leave that up to your interactions with him thus far, if you feel that he is. You've talked with him a lot. You've kind of read him a lot. It's up to you to decide if you trust him.
What would your opinion of the situation be if the governor's only misstep was if his rendezvous wasn't his only misstep?
He chews on his cracker thoughtfully. I suppose it would depend on the misstep. And he suddenly is like a little more like I don't know. Shinjo's very careful with his words, but he's a little more guarded. Do you have a specific thing in mind?
A little digging shows that taxes have been going up, but tithes have not.
Is that a fact?
She doesn't really. She just looks at him like single raised brow. She's not going to answer that question. It would be interesting why the storehouses are empty, and this conveniently comes up now.
He thinks on that. It would. I'm sorry, Lady Doji, I'm not following. You're saying the taxes he has put out have gone up? In which case, the city would have more resources. But for some reason, they're being sent northward. Or this Rogue Ronin Rotan has acquired them. What are you implying? I'm sorry, I'm speaking so frankly, but what are you saying? And you can tell, like, perhaps it's a bit of his illness kind of coming through a bit. He's not able to keep up his face for even as long as he wants to.
Right. She looks at him and she says, "Oh God." So the taxes have been going up, but your tithes have not. Your tithes have remained rather steady for the last few years, right?
That I can confirm.
And yet, more and more is being asked of the countryside around.
That I would have to look into to confirm, but I'll take your word for it for this conversation.
I'm going back through my notes, 1 second. This was happening, from what I have learned, this has been happening for many years. Why is it only a problem now?
He kind of thinks. If this has been true, and I don't know how great the increase has been, but it would perhaps explain a bit of why the Dragon and Lionlands appear to be having the issues they're having. And we in the Unicorn aren't without some difficulties, though not as difficult as they are having.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think Unicorn is better positioned right now?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
She gives him a look.
I don't. I could say a number of things. I could say the way that we administer is better. I could say the way we manage our various towns and our production is better, but I don't know that to be true. Yet, our food supply is not diminished to the same extent. We have noticed a great influx of people from the Unicorn Lands into this city for the winter, and they seem to be
bringing a number of supplies that keep them over the winter, so they seem to be fine. I'm not sure why we are spared, or seem to be.
Do you remember our little outing a few nights ago?
I do, of course.
Think about that.
Do you think the governor is making it easier on us because of that?
Possibly. It's not very honorable for either of them. And these things always come out, Shinjo. Always.
Thanks.
And how do you think the other two clans are going to take it when they find out that a unicorn was using quite dishonorable methods to gain favor over the other two?
I'm certain that's how that will look. Though I'll be honest, I don't think she's that smart.
Oh, I'm sure she's not.
Kind of taps the table a bit, kind of just thinking. I think, and then you kind of see he stops and he coughs a bit, pulling out a napkin and kind of coughing into it for a moment, and then just stopping, collecting himself.
I have to look at something. Hold on.
Sure.
Courtesy water. She's fine.
Sure.
For now, she's fine.
Should take any strike from that?
I don't think so. After performing a check to deal with your phobia, such as a courtesy water check, to talk pleasantly about the subject. Oh, I do receive 3 strife. Well, F. F
yeah,
me.
I mean, yeah, he coughs. It's a sickness, and you're like, nope, nope, nope. And so it takes a lot to keep your face. But I'll give you a void point for that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think about that. Very good. And he puts it away.
I will,
I think perhaps the time has come for me to speak to the Daimyo.
As he's saying that, she got up to get, like, ginger
Sure.
and lemon
Sure.
for him. And hands him, a doctored tea with ginger and lemon in it.
He takes it gratefully and, well, we'll drink it. But he seems, as he's drinking, he seems kind of resolute in his decision here. I think that it might be time for me to do that.
I'm not here to cause strife. I want that to be very clear. But I want what is right and fair and just to take place.
I don't know how they will play it. I don't know if the Daimyo knows of his daughter's activities.
Do we know who the governor's wife is? And what clan she's from?
I do.
Or spouse? I won't make assumptions.
No, it's his wife. He has a wife and he has 2 kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I believe Tatsumiya has actually been like helping one of them with archery, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that.
I mean, are they tiny babies? Because I will help the babies.
Yeah, they were younger kids.
Yeah, then I mean, she probably would.
Yeah.
You know, the older of the two likes archery. The young girl. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna get you the actual name. Doesn't mention the name. Dang, disappointing. One can use it to gain like advantages and do a whole bunch of different stuff. There's a page early in the book that mentions it all. I'll try to find it for you later, Bonnie. But yeah, her clan, I will say she's probably from the Imperial families as well.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're both from the Imperial families. It is a whole freaking thing. It is a whole freaking thing.
Oh no. He is so dumb. Are you really cheating on the relative of an emperor? What the fuck? What is wrong with you?
I'll be honest, such things do happen. But like when he's doing it like with one of the clans that he's supposed to be moderating the three of them, it's really, really not good, like from a government perspective.
Oof. Oof.
It's a whole freaking thing.
Anyway, sorry, I got us sidetracked.
No, you're good. That's important.
Yeah, she would comment, it would behoove you all not to anger the Emperor's family.
I'm sure.
This is not going to look good to anybody, no matter what the intent was.
No. And I'll be honest, it might be better if the Unicorn family can handle this in-house.
It might have to come out.
It might. But it might be better that it doesn't. Especially if things are as tense as they are. The clans do need to work together to get the rice back, or the city won't survive. That is a true fact. That is a fact we both know. And it would not do to stir divisions at this exact moment. Despite personal feelings on the matter.
She would not. Fair enough.
But it should be brought to the Daimo's attention. And if he already knows, it should be brought to his attention how well known it is becoming.
I'm not positive. I had a meeting with Lady Bayushi Marina a few days ago. I'm not sure if she knows, but she suspects.
If Bayushi knows, we are in grave trouble. I believe the Scorpion Clan does know, though. Which is why I brought you in on it to begin with.
I will be meeting with her again soon, so hopefully. Frankly, I want what's best for the entirety of the Empire. What does the most good for the most people. And that is the truth. If it means, unfortunately, that the unicorn takes a black eye, that is what it is going to have to take. You do know this, right?
Kind of thinks on that for a moment. I'm aware it's possible.
She nods.
I do worry that, depending on how this comes out, it's going to be a lot more than a black eye between the clans.
if the Dragonland has indeed been struggling as it has, and the unicorn has been prospering because of that, they will not take that lightly.
Nor should they.
No, but they may direct their anger at us. And may be so inclined to take revenge on us. I would not put it past them. They are relatively isolated, peaceful people, but they can be driven to anger.
I'm gonna assume that with a scorpion father, Doji Yijin knows pretty well why the scorpion acts the way they do, right?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like that's why people tolerate the scorpion, is they are supposed to be like helping the emperor at the end of the day.
Okay. She will file that information away for the time being.
I don't want an open conflict with the Dragon Clan, and I'm afraid if we go about it the wrong way, that one might occur. Worse still would be if the Lion decided to get involved again. This whole city could turn into another large battle. The governor will have lost any credibility in terms of being able to manage the three, and we'll be back at war with the city again.
Is there a particular reason you can't just split the city in 3?
There's a number of them, some of them political, some of them economic, some of them cultural. It's not a feasible option, unfortunately.
Is that true?
Yeah, roll me a culture, culture earth.
Culture Earth?
Yeah, just kind of know some stuff about this. I would allow culture fire too, if that's any better.
No. It's not.
Oh, there's government. There is a
I
government
was gonna
check.
say, is government any better?
Yeah. There is a government check, so I would allow government as well.
For...
Still Earth.
Still Earth. We'll do...
Forget that there's a government check in this game.
We're gonna do Culture Earth, because I have 2 ranks in Culture, and I have 2 ranks in Earth,
Yep.
so...
This game has such niche checks for things that I really am happy it does, and then it doesn't have very basic checks that I wish it did.
I'm gonna keep the exploding die and the success with the opportunity.
Okay.
Come on, roll. Roll. Why are we not rolling?
Would you like me to?
I'm just... There it is.
Oh, there it
Okay.
is.
So... 2 successes, 2 opportunities.
2 strife. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you think there's probably a number of reasons. He's probably right. Like, physically, yes, the city could be divided. Physically, Jerusalem could be divided. Right?
Okay, that helps contextualize the problem. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
I am a servant of the Emperor. I will
Yes,
do what
I
I
will.
can.
He nods.
I do want you to know, though, I have to do what is best. May not be in Unicorn's favor.
Do what you need to do, Lady Doji. As for me, I am a servant of the Emperor, but I have many in the Unicorn who rely on me as well. And I have to try to keep things as stable as I can. Though, believe me, the Daimyo will be very aware of the problem after today.
Please let me know if I can be of assistance. It's not my goal.
I am aware. And yeah, he'll give you a bow. He will make his way out,
confidently. Though, I mean, I think Doji Yujin has seen, especially in recent days, just a deterioration on him. He's not doing as well.
I think she would, before he leaves, she would give him an orange.
An orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As like, try it. It may help.
Sure. Something about that makes him smile a bit, but he'll nod. I'll take it. And thank you. And thank you for being an honest companion during these times. He's appreciated it.
She nods. Keeps a straight face at that one, but yeah, she just nods.
Yeah.
Safe trip back.
And he will go. Does Yujin feel like she's not being honest with him?
I mean, she's being
there's
as
definitely some
honest as
things.
she can without getting herself turned into
Sure.
a Ronin.
Sure. Does she feel any guilt over it?
A little.
A little. Okay.
Mostly because it's like, yeah, I could tell him everything, but then he also would be like, he'd be in as much danger as I would if he knew.
Sure.
So,
No, I'm curious of the thoughts and the justifications. Okay. But he will depart. You can set a meeting with Lady Biyushi, but that'll take a moment.
yeah, she does need to talk to, I don't think she ever got a dragon contact, so she does need to talk to Matsu Kyo as well.
Sure.
When he gets a chance. I know
Yeah,
he's
Matsu's
busy.
also freaking busy. He's more busy than he's been in a minute.
She might actually go to him.
Sure.
Since it took a day for... We don't have that kind of time. But yeah, she will...
Right.
I can't impose myself on Bayushi the same way I can on Matsu.
Matsu. Yeah. Where's he gonna go? No.
That's not what I meant.
I know. That's me. But yeah. You could find Matsu though. For the most part, he's actually in Lion territory. He's not been on the island. And he's been working with the Lion Clan to kind of get things ready. This part he's actually not bad at. Kind of the logistical lines of how things are going to need to work if they're actually going to send boats up north to deal with Rotan. This type of war prep, he's actually pretty good at. So he's been called in to kind of assist. We'll say this is the last meeting you'll get in before the group arrives.
And that's
but you
fine.
can talk to Matsu. Yeah, you can talk to Matsu real quick.
I think it would be a pretty similar conversation.
I'll say Shinjo knows things Matsu doesn't.
Right. So I'm trying to think of how I could word this without causing a whole thing. I think she would ask him how he feels about this. Does it not feel strange?
That a lot of our rice for the winter is already up and been taken? Yes. It would have had to have been done over time, as there's been no immediate reports from us or from the dragon that all of our warehouses have been raided, so this has been an overtime thing. Honestly, it strikes me as a mismanagement of the governor's part that he's not noticed until now.
She frowns, a little feigning confusion. I thought the warehouses were empty after the tithes were paid this year.
If only a... Oh, man.
Courtesy
good-
air?
Yeah, courtesy air, because you're...
Dude,
you're
she's
Ted's-
gonna get killed.
No, this is
Murdered.
good. This is good.
I
good.
am
I'll see
going
if Matsu
to...
can-
well, I'm gonna explode some things.
Yeah, do
Because
what
I
you gotta
need
do.
as much as possible.
Would you like me to do Matsu's check first so you kind of know what you're up against?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do it. He's the worst diplomat. He's so bad. Um,
Guys, I'm
Okay.
trying. I'm trying so hard.
he's got so many points in martial.
You absolutely got this, my dear. You're fine.
You probably do. He just can't. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The first thing I thought when he just can't beat you in this is like perfect husband.
Perfect. For Miss Doji, absolutely.
Wait, you still gotta get with my wife. The fuck?
I'm not getting with your wife.
Don't start this one again. We don't need an hour of arguing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
yeah, I mean, yeah. He kind of looks to you confused. What do you mean they were empty?
They were empty. We heard the rumors, or I heard the rumors.
But whose warehouses were empty?
All of them.
He kind of takes you over to the side of it. How sure are you of this?
Well, I didn't see it for myself, but it's
Now, how do you know? This is important. How do you know that? Is that... How confident are you in that?
that's not gonna fly here. um.
Like, even from his, where he sits, he still looks like part of the like imposing like I need to know samurai. He's still got the face for it.
I know,
I will give that to Matsu.
and she does respect him greatly. I think that she will. Are we in private or are we just off to the side?
I'm off to the side right now.
No, we need. She says, "May I treat you to tea? This is a conversation that should happen while we're alone."
He kind of just eyes you up and down for a moment, nods. One moment. And yeah, he will excuse himself from kind of the war council here. And yeah, you may head out with him into Dragonlands, and you may talk with him. You take him to like a tea house?
No. She was gonna, like, a private.
I see.
I know it looks weird, and it probably. She's just willing to deal with that right now.
Yeah.
But we need. Are you.
She's willing to risk the rumors for stuff to kind of
That's
have private.
fine.
Okay.
She's like, it's fine.
Okay.
I've dealt with worse.
Sounds good. I just wanted to know. So yeah, you are able to do so. For his part, he's probably aware of the tact. I don't think he cares. Matsu isn't really one who cares about rumors and stuff. He's not the greatest diplomat.
Well, lucky him.
Yeah.
I gained some information from. I got it from. I'm not going to tell him who, but I got it from Shinjo, right?
Mm-hmm.
From a unicorn who inspected their storehouses right after the tithes were paid.
I'm gonna roll an earth check for him. He does know one thing. Let's see.
Oh boy.
This would be social. This would not be.
Fuck!
Hold on. Okay, then with that, he'll look at you. Was it Shinjo?
She will sigh heavily at that one. Just like. Yes.
I see.
That doesn't mean it's not true.
No, it doesn't.
Shinjo's a man who has his own aspirations. So I'm wary.
Have you inspected your own storehouses?
I have.
And they're full?
They're not full, but they never quite are. I mean, usually the governor's supply supplements the different clans as well.
Is he lying? Is he lying to me?
Roll me a, I mean, probably a air check. A
Sentiment air?
yes, sentiment air.
I will take all of those successes. I will also be taking a breath. Jesus.
What are you trying to get? About yeah, here. This is a lot. The fact that he immediately picked up on like it's Shinjo, you're like fuck me. But
I can? Oh yeah, I can! I'm gonna re-roll.
what thing are you trying to tell if he's lying about, by the way? Are you trying to tell if it like about the warehouses, about Shinjo?
About, I mean both, to be honest. I
Okay.
think I'm gonna I don't want to lose a success, but I'm just gonna re-roll the skill dice.
Okay.
Let's see what magic we can make happen. Yes. So 3 successes and an opportunity.
6 successes and an opportunity. Okay. Yeah, you don't think he's lying. He might be overselling that. Like, I think on nature, he oversells a little bit how like the lion storehouses are. Just like we can hold on, but we're not. Even then, I mean, he's still saying they need the governor, aid to supplement it anyway. But I think it's his nature to say the lion's fine. So it probably isn't as good situation as he makes it out. His opinions on Shinjo are genuine. You don't sense that he's lying about anything, like, intentionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's the instinctive need to make sure that people assume the lion is strong, but that's it.
Yeah, she doesn't care about that. I mean, she cares that he's doing it, but she's like, this is not
Yeah,
the time.
It's a little annoying, but yeah.
Just to like keep her hands busy, she would definitely be like pouring him tea or something, because this is
Sure.
how she keeps herself calm.
Sure, it's just it's her private thing that she kind of keeps. Yeah. He will. Honestly, he's probably a bit too tense. He probably doesn't drink it. He lets you do it, but he doesn't drink it right now. He's just thinking. Did Shinjo see this personally?
Yes, he told me he did.
Do you believe him?
I incited him, and I succeeded really hard, didn't I?
I believe so.
Yeah.
You're trying to get a read on him overall. And yeah, you didn't feel like he was lying about that.
I don't think he's lying. I don't think he's lying. If this gives any credibility... Hold on, before I say that.
Mm-hmm.
Would saying that there is a scorpion he's very interested in the unicorn warehouses help or hurt the situation, do you think? Like, if I thought about it.
So this is gonna be a fire check.
Oh no.
To theorize. Probably gotta have just like a regular sheet up on the side because
I think I'm gonna need to use a void point.
that's fine if you do.
I have 2, so.
Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to pull up a sheet that I can actually look at. Where's Val's sheet? GR, you're mine now. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call it government fire.
Oh boy. And then I'm adding a void point, which allows me to roll a skill dice and a ring dice, an extra skill and ring dice, right?
Yes.
Am I? Okay.
I believe so. I believe so.
So I'm just gonna turn this roll this way for the time being, and I will fix
need
it
to
after
find
I
out, but I think
roll.
so.
Why didn't it do the thing? Oh, I'll just roll another one. And I can keep the extra. So I can keep
Yeah.
up to 2 now?
Correct.
I'm gonna keep the success with nothing else and a success with a strife.
Okay. Um, the lion and the scorpion do not get along very well. They're the right and left hand, or they are the right hand and the underhand of the emperor. But they have very different ways of doing things. The lion is the most honorable of clans. The scorpion do all the dirty shit so other people can be honorable. It is, yeah, the crane is left hand. But yeah, they don't like each other very much. If there's two
Okay.
clans that probably don't like each other a lot, it's lion and scorpion.
I am gonna leave that alone then,
Okay.
because I don't want to start a whole thing. Like, the goal is
Sure.
not to start a war, it's to get
It's
the
so
governor
tense. Like
in
like, I
trouble.
think, yeah, I think as you're looking at it, it's like it's so even like just one thing like that someone learns could cause a chain reaction of bad things.
Mhm.
You're not even sure that you can really stop it from happening one day. But in
I'm
this very
doing
tense moment,
well, she's doing her best not to be the cause of it.
yeah, not to pull the pin on the grenade.
Yeah, I think she'll. Yes, Shinjo told me I did not get the feeling that he was being dishonest, and I have a good ear for it.
He knows that.
I just.
If so,
Oh, go ahead.
if what you're telling me is true, I find it very hard to believe that the governor was willing to pay our tithes without knowledge of that castle beforehand.
I think she would smile, say, "You have the mind of a crane." And there's no condensate.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
not
I know.
condescending.
I imagine not. If saying that coming from a crane would not. But he nods.
I am aware how tense it is in the city. I am not here to cause conflict. I am here to draw attention to what is possibly the real problem.
It is certainly something that needs looked into. However, I don't know that there's much to be done in the short term. The simple fact of the matter is, if what you're saying is true, this city will not survive without the grain of the north, or the rice of the north. And for whatever reasons that this former lion has acted this way, he is still endangering the lives of this city and the surrounding area. And as such, we should still proceed. Though I thank you for the knowledge, Aidoji. And rest assured, the lion will not forget this, and will not forget what potential sites the governor has done.
I think she
Yeah.
would have. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
We will have to look into it ourselves as well. As right now, I'm relying on the word of a unicorn who
Wants to be the not major domo. What's the title?
the Daimo.
The Daimo.
That could be a thought.
I think she says it. I think she wants
Sure.
to be the Daimo.
Or something along those lines, yes. He has aspirations to higher goals.
Sorry. What do you know of this Rotan?
Let's see. He might. He was a lion? Yeah, he was a lion. Hold on. Where are you, Matsu? There you are. So it's Earth, Scholar.
Not
A
bad.
little. A little bit. I know that he was a respected member from the core near the capital. I know he was sent here to assist the governor in keeping things in line and bringing order to the surrounding areas. And I know that he refused to fulfill his duty after some time.
Allegedly.
For whatever reason, Lady Doja, he did betray the Emperor's trust by refusing his duty. He's never disputed that. Not to our clan. He raised issues, I believe. But to refuse the will of the Emperor and of the clan in the meantime. He still earned his fate.
I can't dispute that. I am aware.
And if he's indeed behind the events of the North, then even more so, he needs to be brought to heel.
I don't think she doesn't look like she's arguing. I think she knew even back when we met him. This is a dead man walking.
Yeah, sure. And I think seeing the resoluteness of this lion, he very much feels that way.
And it's not like she doesn't. And I would say, like, it's not like the people who know her well, she does have sympathy for him and wishes it could be different because, you know, he's trying to do the right thing. This is mostly for the party, not for Matsu, but she just knows he's a dead man walking. There's nothing, he can't escape it.
Sure. But I thank you for telling me these things.
I serve the Emperor. And it does not serve the Emperor for us to go marching off on a false errand.
No. But march, I think we still must. But with new insights.
I guess I should practice my bow work.
You're not. I unfortunately will not be able to accompany. But I can help prepare for castle sieges. I do know a good thing about them.
I do not mean to be rude, but why can't you come?
My presence would be a hindrance. I am aware of that.
She does not look like she agrees, but she doesn't say anything.
Sure. I'm best here, managing what I can here in the territory while others are away, and helping prepare the tactics that others can use.
If you need anything, assistance, or a tea ceremony even, please feel free to call upon me.
I'll do so. I appreciate your trust in this.
I appreciate the trust in return.
He will. Yep, he will bow his head and fade to black. But a good meeting, I think.
Oh my god.
Two different ones. Two very different meetings between Shinjo and Matsu. Fade to black. But yeah, we now return to the party, making their way back to the main island.
I will
Something that does.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Something that does happen. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Continue.
Doji, as
You're
soon
the one
as
continuing, Boo.
I know. I'm sorry. Brain.
I will say this: the instant she sees any of you, she will be like, "I need to talk to you right now."
Sure.
Oh, how was the wife? Did she treat you well?
She was a perfectly
I lo-
pleasant lady, and I don't understand why you don't get along with her.
Oh, thank fucking God. Okay. Or that could be a bad thing. Hold on. My real reaction will be announced later.
Pending what Keith
Uh,
actually
you
thinks
should-
what he would do.
I believe
Yeah.
she does. Didn't she say she wanted to see him?
As soon as I arrived, I sent in my letter, so...
No, I think
Okay,
she
I
wants to see you in person.
Oh my god.
Keith, you did this to yourself.
really did.
I did it for a meme! I didn't think it would actually fucking matter!
And here we are.
Oh.
Your reaction, that, oh no, I need to clip
Very
that
quiet.
somehow.
Yeah.
Very quick.
Hey. Leave me alone. I'm just...
One
Back
person
to the
that
palace.
Yeah, one person they do come back with, Doji, Ijin, is this crab. It was very off-putting, just in how he stands. He's just kind of in a hunch most of the time, but he's kind of following in tow. But you head to the palace? Is that the plan? Okay.
Unless anybody else has a pit stop first. But I figure we might as well go to the palace.
Great.
I guess on the way there, back to the city before they arrive, slowly Wanashi will start getting himself cleaned up to be the wife.
Okay.
But it?
Sounds good.
Oh, did I?
I heard what he said.
Did
yeah,
you?
Yeah, I did. Well, I pieced it together. But the rest of you head up to speak with the governor, I guess. You take him up to the palace, where, upon proper introductions with them or the guards, they will escort you in. And the palace is beautiful. Like, you've been in here a few times now, each of you, but it's just large, and seems to go on endlessly. You see countless servants wandering around, countless guards, well, not countless guards, but a good amount of guards that are mainly Ronin or Imperial Guard, one of the two. There's no clan samurai in here, on duty at least. And eventually, you will arrive in to find the man with the highest status in the city, Miya Tetsuo, who will
Great.
you all make your way in to see the governor. Beside him is his Yoshinbo, a Ronin samurai who is very large and just kind of keeps a very serious expression on his face. A number of Imperial Guard in the city here. A few other Ronin aside from the Yojimbo in here. There are members of the court around. Other probably higher members of each of your clans are around in this area, who all turn to look at your arrival. I'm sure each of you bow.
Oh yeah, we come in and we bow.
Sure. Friends of the clans, I appreciate your due diligence and your speed in this. Member of the Crab Clan. Cooney, I believe. Yes?
That is correct, Governor.
You have been causing quite a stir in the surrounding areas. All three of the clans have reported your activities to me.
Well, Governor, there's been a lot to do in the surrounding areas.
Do you not feel that it might have been important to discuss this with me before you commenced with your duty?
That perhaps might have been proper etiquette, but it seemed to me I should get to work right away, and I hated to take away from your time.
There's like a stir from the crowd as he says this, and the governor just kind of stares at him. For his part, yeah, Tatsumi, you're kind of seeing that that disadvantage come into play pretty hard here.
Mm-hmm.
He's not good in this situation, and not in like an uncomfortable way. Just he's making everyone else uncomfortable type of way.
Got it.
Do you have anything you wish to report to me?
Only that you have a blood speaker wandering around your city.
Which does cause a much bigger stir in some of the crowd. Some people seem to already know just kind of how they react, you think. Others probably are feigning ignorance. You don't know. You don't know who knows what.
Can I roll a sentiment air to see
Sure.
if you figure
Can
out?
I?
You can. Yeah, you guys could try to figure out anyone who does know.
Yeah.
I would love to.
What the
Sentiment?
fuck sense? There it is.
Oh. Bonashi, by the way, your wife is in this room.
Oh, can I not roll anything and just not look at the crowd? Okay, thank you. Bye. No, I actually want to do survey. Can I argue for survey instead of analyze?
Well, surveying is like looking over an area. It's like that's looking over people.
I mean,
I mean, technically, aren't you surveying if you're looking like?
yeah, I'm
here?
surveying
He's
if
looking
people
for his
like.
wife.
I know where the fuck my wife
Yeah.
is. Okay, she's staring in the right in the back of
You
my
would
head.
survey a scene. You would survey a scene to find a specific person.
There we go.
You would not
Yeah.
survey You would not survey emotions.
Yeah. So, can I? Fuck.
I'm gonna go put the kids to bed. I'll
No,
be
you
back.
can't do that here. That's improper.
Only if you guys
Immediate
watch.
loss of honor.
Only if you guys watch.
Everyone loses honor and glory for this activity.
Because. Okay, now I'll just.
So it's 2 successes for Asako, 3,
Four.
4 for you.
Four and an opportunity.
Okay. And Morimoto, how many did you get?
I'm not gonna take them. I'm just gonna look to the
Okay.
lens and see
Yeah,
what
it's-
their
this isn't-
expression is.
Yeah, no, your thing. Okay. The lion are very aware. Tatsumiya and Asako. I mean, that's not hard to tell. They're not feigning the surprise as much. I'll say, Tatsumiya, you know that some of the scorpion here also know and are kind of feigning it a bit. And some of the crane know.
Okay. Does this look like news to the governor?
Oh. Hold on. I'm gonna check something for him. Gotta make a roll.
The most important one.
The most important man. I know he has a sheet. Hold on. It's not just a pop-up.
You just gave us a pop-up.
I know, but I have one for him too because it has the. It may have been the Swift Sword. Yeah, he has the same as this. Just gotta pull it up. I know. I implemented the stat block once, and that just once. So I need to. I'll use it again.
Ha!
That fucking cackle, yo.
I was counting. Like,
Yeah. He looks frustrated a bit. Yeah, he's aware. He's annoyed.
okay.
This opportunity, he just kind of surveys the crowd.
Can I get? Let's see. Can I take away a strife with my opportunity?
Yeah, I'll up.
Okay.
Such reports have made their way to me.
Are you aware that we dispatched a Maho user who had wiped out one of the villages under your purview? With the assistance of your people that you can't send to find me, that is.
And he just grins. Is this true? He says, kind of looking up to all of you.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, it's true.
And any traces of this
I
blood
believe
speaker.
that's yes, my governor.
My lord works.
Yes, lord.
He does ask, is there any traces of the blood speaker there?
Yes. We found the cave that the Mahu user was residing in. There were masks and a kind of a brazier of water. When we cleansed the place, the brazier cracked.
I
I
see.
believe it was for scrying.
Tell me, did you find any traces of unholy weapons, similar to what I understand Mr. Wanashi has found?
Fuck, everyone knows. This is supposed to be a secret.
The governor knows.
And now everybody knows.
He does.
Now all of China
Yeah.
knows.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed. All of our yeah.
We would consider those.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yes. There were, I believe, goblins and skeletons that were using.
It was more
weapons.
of those bushies that I previously fought before.
Up in the Dragonlands.
Yes.
Yes.
See.
We
And
cleansed
the
as
right-
best as we could.
And I assume the rice from the fields was already gone or destroyed.
That was a yes, right?
Yeah, that was a yes.
Okay, good.
Probably already been picked. He nods.
Yes.
Then it is as I feared. It seems the rogue samurai Roten has allied himself with this blood speaker. They are terrorizing the remaining small towns and removing any chance that we have to survive the winter. This threat is much worse than I originally thought. We will need to move quickly if we are to save this town and to eliminate the threat.
Derek,
Yes.
can I? Oh God. Fuck. How to explain this? Can I make a roll to see if this is just a convenient connection he just made?
Roll me a.
Can I argue
eh.
tactics in some way?
Yeah, I would think you can. Call me fire tactics if you would.
Oh my God.
Very well done.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Very good. Yes, 4 successes no matter what you do, unless you
I was
just
gonna
decide you want to
say-
fail.
And like at most only one
It's one
strike.
strife.
I'm
Like,
just gonna take that. I'm just gonna take one strike.
A
and keep
spark
an
of
opportunity.
brilliance, Menashe. You're like, yeah, that. I mean, no, that doesn't make sense entirely. I mean, maybe but also he's probably just bringing people more in line with him. He's giving a lot of words that people can rally behind, like samurai teaming up with Maho users and things that kind of, rally the people, right?
It's a
Yeah,
BuzzFeed title.
it's a clickbait.
It is a bit. A lot of buzzwords.
Never rolled that well ever in anywhere.
That's not true, but continue.
You've rolled
What?
better.
What?
Yeah,
Have I?
Your fighting checks are great.
Fair
But
enough, I guess.
yeah, as you kind of think on that, you come to that realization. Do you do anything?
As I lie in, I say nothing.
Okay. All right, you think about this, but he does say. He looks over away from you all over to probably to other members of the Lions.
Oh, well, actually, can I just give my wife a look of, like, just like an eyebrow or something? To see if she
Sure.
caught anything? Or she probably, like, fucking insult the shit out of me.
What's up, little mama?
She gives you a look of concern. Roll me a sentiment air check.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I mean,
Hold on.
not
There we go.
bad. You should explode it.
Okay.
Do it. Oh, well.
She's already read you, and there's a look that just says, "Say nothing."
Katie will be back. She's gonna make herself real quick.
But he looks over to the other lions. How quickly do you think we can depart? Well, Governor, I do believe, assuming that the Dragon Clan ships are as prepared as they say they are, to which the Dragon Clan very quickly responds, "They are, my lord. We are making the necessary preparations to get everything underway. The siege equipment will be hard to make on short notice." To which the lion again respond. At most, he has a few Ronin at his side. The rest will be Ashgar. They will not know how to defend themselves against us. They are rebel traders and farmers. They cannot stand against us. And he nods, likely lured by the promises of dark magic and power. All right. And of the unicorn, will the battle maidens be able to join us? And another unicorn man who looks really rough. He's got like more of a Attila the Hun type vibe, like just his whole aesthetic. Like the unicorns of the far west definitely dress very different. Shinjo like tries to blend in as do number the unicorn. This man does not. And he will say, "I've spoken with the battle maidens as they are close. They are attempting to rally, but it will be a hard trip for them. It may not. By the time you are prepared, and by the time we can get everyone ready and the horses ready, they may not. It may be too late. Unfortunate. Are there any in the unicorn who will stand with us in this trying time?"
This is to stand with him against the Blood Speaker.
And the Blood Speaker and the and the threat of Roten in the north.
I think you'd see Akiro go down on one knee and put her sword on her knee and say that you have my sword to kill the Blood Speaker.
That is good. There's a chance you will be venturing northward to aid Rotan in his hour of need. Will you assist us in the killing of them?
I will.
I thank you for your loyalty to the Emperor. And I think overall he continues these kind of grand statements before ending. The clans must come together in this moment. All of us. Those who have been guests here, invited, I think now with holy purpose. We must defeat this evil.
We must work together as one nation, Rokugan, to ensure the safety and the stability of this city for the coming year and beyond. What we do up north, it will be remembered. And it may bring us all closer. And there is some moderate applause from the crowd. If you didn't know things about him, he would like that. Would be, it probably would be a fairly stirring speech. He's not bad at it, but perhaps it rings a bit hollow for some of you. And he looks back to the crowd. Despite our rough beginnings, I would appreciate your aid in dealing with this blood speaker. You have perhaps interacted more with her acolytes than any here. I would appreciate any insight you could offer. Oh, of course, Governor. I'd be happy to help. Good. Please see me this evening then, and we will discuss further. So the rest of you, you have brought great honor to yourselves in this task for destroying this Maho user and his minions. On behalf of the City of the Rich Frog, and on behalf of myself and the Emperor, you have my thanks. Those of you who went on this mission, you can take +2 glory. And
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Because I had just the last sentence before you said +2 glory. It like went out for me.
Sure, yeah. On behalf of himself and the Emperor, you have his thanks.
No. Just the part that was, if you have something, take 2
Anyone
+2 glory.
who went on this mission.
Yeah, anyone on this mission.
Okay.
So basically, anyone who like found the crowd. So +2 to glory, +1 to status.
I'm sad,
I know. I've got other things for you.
You could have came with us.
but I got
This is-
so much done.
You did. You did get a lot done.
So
You didn't get the open status and the open glory, but you're doing things. It's just a different, there's a lot of different mechanisms for this go. So yeah. Well done, everyone. You are dismissed, and you may go back and do whatever you like. The crowd will depart from you at this time, as will probably your unicorn friend, who's been very quiet this far, but definitely came back with you.
She's definitely there. She was definitely saying things when he was mentioning the battle.
Yeah,
maidens.
absolutely. And she definitely was. She was definitely mentioning stuff about the battle maiden. She was definitely on her horse in the castle, but we just didn't talk about it. No.
she
Brought her
probably
horses now.
Yeah.
she probably needs to lay down, is what's happening.
She does. She's a little hurt. I mean, like you've recovered wounds, but like
I mean, we've been gone for a couple days. She's probably recovered quite a bit.
she's took a lot of arrows.
Same, girl, same.
But yeah. Okay, you guys are free to leave and do whatever you like. The governor will say that like the boats will be departing hopefully in less than a week. They need to move quickly before the winter really sets in and they're screwed.
Doji will find you all as soon as she hears you're back in the city. We need to talk.
I am currently. I want to find Konomi. I want to find Ayushi Konomi.
I want to find my wife.
Oh my god.
Okay, a lot of different things. So is Tatsumiya doing that immediately?
Yeah, because I know Doji like called us on the way in saying like, I want to talk to him, but I know I'm on the island. I know like in the 3 weeks that I was kind of stalking Ayushi to get in her favor. I know that she spends a lot of time here. So before we head back, I would like to try to find her.
Sure. I would say she probably was in the court for this.
Okay.
This was a big speech. So she's probably around. So you could talk to her before you depart.
Yeah, just that was a lot.
It was. Are you all right? That was. Did you actually fight a Maho user?
We did, yeah. We cleansed everything. We cleansed the cave he was in. We cleansed the town he destroyed. But yeah, that was something we did. It was tough. Don't get me wrong, but
That sounds very horrifying, honestly.
it was. But I'm just glad that we took care of it.
I'm glad you're safe. I admit I'm a bit shocked by how things have gone in recent days.
How so?
I didn't realize we were in so much danger. I didn't realize the city was in such peril until the governor told me. I didn't realize there was a blood speaker around. That's horrible.
It really is.
I can't believe Rotan's working with it. I knew him.
You knew him?
She shakes her head. I did. He used to work in the castle some years ago. And he was kind of a serious guy, but I didn't ever get that from him. But I guess, the corruption of Chicago gets everybody, or can.
Maybe. It's kind of hard to tell, but... Well, actually, we found a whole bunch of places that need to be cleansed just within the city. We found a map of them, so I'll probably spend some time doing that. But if there's ever a time when you get downtime, I still want to go fishing before, it gets too cold.
She smiles at that. I hope to do so. Things are getting rather busy, but I would love to if you've got some time. I want to hear more about your trip.
Of course. I'm pretty much free whenever, so whenever you have a free time.
I'll try to reach out to you.
Okay. Like I said, I'll probably be around. There's a lot that needs to be cleansed.
Yeah.
She might break her stoicism just a little bit when she just thinking about all the places on that map that are defiled, and she's like, I gotta go.
Yeah, I won't be busy forever. Yeah, she'll nod and probably take her hands for a minute. Do be safe. Be careful.
You as well. If there really is a blood speaker in the city, just you be careful too.
I hope she's not in the city. That'd be... And she kind of shudders at that.
The blood speaker.
It was Keith.
I know that she's defiled shrines in the city, or at least her agents have. So
That unnerves her a bit.
just be safe.
Yeah.
I appreciate you looking out too.
Let me know if you need anything for that. I don't know much about the rituals, but I'm sure the unicorn have some materials if you need them.
I'll reach out. But thank you.
But yeah. You have this brief conversation with her. Bonashi, are you waiting to talk to your wife afterwards or up here in the court?
Probably afterwards.
Okay.
Because some things need to be said.
Absolutely. Then we'll go to Dojiji and kind of reconvening all of you afterwards. And then we'll come to Onashi last. So, Dojiji, you can gather everyone and do whatever you like, real quick.
Doji, she just sits there for a second, like rubbing her forehead. So I was hoping to actually talk to you about a lot of what I'm sure you heard about up there. I couldn't get there in time. What happened?
They gathered pretty much. All right, so Derek, when you say all the clans, do you mean all the clans or like?
I mean, all the
like-
clans.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
mainly these three, right? Because they already have people here. But like
I
the
was gonna say,
guests
my-
here, yeah.
Like, did I see Phoenix in there
Yes.
as well? Okay. Then, he gathered all the clans. He had us say what we did, which we fought a Maho user. We ended up cleansing the place.
Are you alright? You
Um,
all alright?
Some of us got
Fine,
banged up
we're
a
fine.
little bit.
We've had some time to recover. I mean, it was a lot. But it was something we handled. But we told him about everything, and then he went on this is why, Rotan has, Rotan has, allied with this blood speaker, and they are taking the race and turning the peasants and all that. Who will join me in this very awful war that he's starting?
He's connecting the Maho to Rotan?
Yes. I'm really sorry about the crutching. I'm not trying to.
You're fine.
I was gonna say, about your fatigue. It's not
Mhm.
halved. There's a specific thing that happens, and it's like you lose fatigue of
Equal to
like,
like a rank something.
your water. It's like your water ring times 2 or something like that each day.
Oh, each day. How many days were travel?
Right a bit.
Was it 2 days?
It was
I
about two.
believe?
It was about 2 days, I think.
Okay, so
I think it was actually 3 because we did circle back to that village.
Whee!
You did, sir. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
oh wait,
That is fair.
watering times 3 every day.
Yeah.
So
Is it
Times
3?
2.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll look it up. You guys keep
Okay.
going.
It's times
Fine.
2.
so
Perfect.
6, 12, 18. Hey, I'm back to 0.
But yeah, he's kind of putting it all together and trying to rally people that way.
It's more like he's just connecting them as a convenience for him more than
Oh.
anything.
Definitely. A lot happened while you all were gone. And I'm sure a lot happened while I was not with you.
I feel like we definitely could have used you, but I know that you would have 100% used your time wisely here. What did you find out?
Oh, it's the wife.
Oh, I don't understand why you're afraid of her. She's a lovely woman.
No, I'm not afraid of her. Keith is, but I'm not.
Who's Keith?
Okay,
No, I'm
insight
kidding.
check that.
Yeah, I think I want to do that as well.
I will insight check. That feels like a fun one.
What am I rolling for this? I don't even know what the fuck. What am I supposed to roll for this? I don't.
I get to reroll 2
Hey.
of these, so I'm going to.
Look, Wanashi is such a he's very strong, he's very brave. He would never think anything of his wife other than adoration.
Yeah.
So I have 3 successes.
I have 3 successes too.
I have a blank die.
I have a
That's so much life.
I have a blank mind of the hell rolling. Do I even roll?
Are
I
you-
don't know.
Are you trying to deceive?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I'm scared of her. Ronashi basically thinks of his wife like, sure, they're essentially completely different people, like through clans and shit, but he 100% respects what she does, how she does it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that's a lot of power behind one voice. So
So yes.
yes.
I don't understand why you're weary.
No,
of your
I'm
wife.
not. There you go. Wary. There you go.
There we go,
That's a
a good answer.
that's a
Caution.
word.
I don't understand why you're wary of
Red-
your wife. She's a lovely young woman. A
Yellow
lovely
tape
woman.
all over it.
What? How good are your all of your poker faces?
What's the rule for poker faces in here?
I think it's courtesy.
I think it's strife composure. I think it's how many.
It's
I
what?
think it's your composure.
Your
I think it's your
composure.
composure.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
how I
Composure?
Oh.
My-
It's
my-
how long you can keep it up.
Oh. 12.
Mine's 8. I don't know what that means though in a scale. You know what I mean? It's just a number to me.
It just the higher the number, the longer you can keep it up.
Okay,
So
but I'm
that's about
saying
it.
like what is like minimal keep up? What's average keep up? You know what I mean? Like give me something to compare to here.
8 to 12 is
I
decent.
was gonna say, I feel like
Mhm.
8 to
you got a
12 is
decent
decent.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, like, if like 4 is really bad and 5's average, you know what I mean? Like, I just need
Yeah, sure.
something to compare to.
I think you're-
you're
I think you're
better.
fine.
You're better about it than when you got here.
Yeah, I
It's
am.
true. It's improvement.
That's true.
Asako is just like,
Yeah,
I'm
it's at least
improving.
where you can take a little bit of punishment from something.
She,
You can
Asako
still
just-
hide it from having suffered.
Asako just, I've gotten better at it.
So I was able to figure out that while you were gone, the governor paid the tithes to the clans. Right before the
Mhm.
tithes were paid, at least the unicorns' warehouses were completely empty. Which means he took from them to give to them.
Great.
I also learned
Wait, is there proof behind this?
there were witnesses. I dropped what I could with who I could. And I look at you, or Tatsumiya, with almost an apology. Ayuchi spends a lot of time at the palace, does she not?
Yeah,
Probably
She's-
too much?
learning. I mean, she's a diplomat.
That's not why she's up there. She's having an affair with
You
the
see
governor.
Yue trying to like put it together in her
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, she'll
Dude,
let you.
What are they doing? Listening to music?
Well,
I personally witnessed proof of an affair between Ayuchi and the governor.
holy hell.
What do you mean?
You see, whenever one person loves another person,
I like
Okay,
throw.
Okay, babe. Okay. Okay, babe.
that's
Sakura
Katie
Okay.
You just kind of.
beaming.
You just got a lot of strife right now. You kind of almost like, flinched
no.
a little bit,
That was
like thinking about it.
Katie beaming. I'm really sorry, just couldn't resist.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, what she probably says is, it means that his wife probably has no idea what's going on, and he's cheating on his wife. She looks over at
With a
at Yue.
19-year-old
Now you see her cringe.
19-year-old girl. The man is
That's where
70
I
if he's a
cringe.
day.
That. Yeah, you kind of just Yue like I think just kind of like shivers a little bit. Like that's. Oof.
That's a lot.
Taco's
She goes,
freaking
I go
out.
get more tea. Doji goes and gets more tea.
Sure.
What's the best answer for everything?
It's her only answer right now because she is pretty high on strife at the moment. And she's going to need to meditate and do her tea ceremony and maybe visit the theater at some point. Oh my goodness.
Who told you that? How do you know that?
I mean, she said she just saw
Shinjo
it.
took me out on a boat, and I witnessed it.
Ew.
The unicorn is... Several people in the unicorn are very well aware. And this is probably going to come to light, and it's going to cause problems. And I'll start explaining, like, the political ramifications. Like, the unicorn were doing better than the other two clans. They had more food. They were better off. Their lands were less touched. And it's going to look very bad when all of it comes out that the governor was having an affair with a unicorn woman. It's going to look like favoritism.
It absolutely does.
It is favoritism.
Which will then cause strife in the clans. On top
Cause
of the
war.
yes, it will. On top of the fact that the governor has orchestrated this, excuse my language, but bullshit attack on the castle up north. And now tried to tie the Maho to Rotan.
This is bad. What do we do? What can we do?
I have tried to put a seed of doubt in both the Unicorn and the Lion clans about the wisdom of this attack right now. I don't know how well it succeeded. I also told Shinjo that he needs to deal with the affair. I did warn him it will probably come out and it's not going to look good. He's going to try and prevent it, but I didn't want to tell him that is a fool's errand. But it is.
I don't know if that's wise.
To keep it from coming out?
No, to have Shinjo look into it.
I don't
Look,
have
I
any
don't-
other contacts in the Unicorn.
Well, I'm thinking,
Maybe we don't need
What-
any contacts in the unicorn.
like, do you think Ayuchi is the one? Well, Konomi Ayuchi, and Ayuchi Konomi is the one who's kind of orchestrating it. Because I'm turning 19 in a couple weeks, and I couldn't imagine. Who's to say that she's orchestrating this and not her father? Who's to say he's not the one behind it?
That's like stealing the grain and making it look worse, or setting her up with the governor? Because I don't know what's
Setting
worse.
her up with the governor.
It's so.
Maybe
I
it's
don't
the
know, that's-
governor's.
Would it really serve him in any
Yes.
way?
Yes, because if this is... Yes, because it does better for the unicorn.
At the
It's still-
cost
it's-
of uniting the dragon and lion against them when it comes out.
Because I guess he was hoping it wouldn't come out.
I mean, you said that other unicorn do know about it. That doesn't look good at all.
And I mean, if other unicorns know about it and they... I
Fair-
just...
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, I just... Look, she's... I don't think she would... I have a really... I mean, just think about it. Like, would you, like, willingly just do that? I don't think she's...
Did she seem...
I don't think she's I don't want to say she's not willing in it. She might be willing, but I don't think this is all her doing.
I'm not blaming her. I'm not placing any blame on her. She is the 19-year-old. He is the 70-year-old.
Yeah.
And he should know better. He's married. He is of the Emperor's family and married
No,
to
but
another
it's
branch.
not about blame. It's about people looking into it and the Daimyo silencing it. Because if it's just her, then it's nothing. It's, it comes out. But if it's him or his wife, then that makes things a lot more difficult. Because he has power. He has more power than she does.
I'm confused. Who are you talking about?
The Daimyo of the Unicorn Clan. His, her father.
So I guess I'm confused. I don't know what Tatsumiya is getting at.
Have you seen House of the Dragon?
No.
Okay.
Oh my god.
This is
Culture shock.
this is Alicent like Otto situation here is what I'm feeling. This is a Catherine Howard and her dad's situation, or her family's situation with Henry VIII. I'm getting big vibes about that. Like,
I understand that one.
she's going to, like, in the end, like, she's going to take the fall for this, and it might dishonor her father for a little bit, but like, it was probably an arrangement made by people higher than her, is what she's getting at. Like, this is like, and like, people start sneaking into this. It's not Konome that they're going to have to deal with. It's going to be the Daimyo.
Right. Well, fuck.
The other problem is the Scorpion know too. At least I'm fairly certain.
That's even worse.
And they're not stupid enough to fall for the fact that it's Konome.
No, but they'll use her.
Oh, for sure.
I will be frank, there's only so much power I have here. I've done everything I can to prevent an explosion as best I can. At some point, this is all going to blow up in everyone's faces.
But how soon? That's the real question.
I don't know. Right now, the governor is trying to distract everyone with this attack on the castle. I will say, I'm going to back up a little bit, Derek, and say, I definitely checked for people listening.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
So anyway, the fact of the matter is, I couldn't tell Matsu Kyo about the affair without causing a problem, so I did not. And Shinjo already knew about the affair, and he... What are you smiling about?
Cheez-Its. I'm thinking crackers. Keith's comment.
Crunch maker.
Shinjo already knew about the affair, and my sense of the matter was he was going to confront the Daimyo about it anyway. I just gave him the push.
I'm just thinking he should be very careful, is all I'm saying.
I agree.
Because we don't know who's actually behind that.
The problem now becomes we will all be expected to participate in some way on the siege of the castle.
to interject. Not entirely true. In some way, yes. But you're not all trained to siege a castle. Some of you have different avenues. So it's not like they're expecting everyone to storm over the walls. Maybe some of you. But
Only Wanashi.
Monashi, probably, Morimoto. But
Unless they're using magic, I'm not going to be very useful.
perhaps
No,
the rest
Osako,
of you-
what we can do is help root out the we help root out the Maho user and, you know, cripple him in that way, since he's obviously using her to get such an advantage. That's our job.
I love your thought process. It's so good. Honestly.
I
Yeah.
wonder how the governor will spin the fact that there is no Maho at the castle. Unless he can somehow predict where the Maho is going to be.
I mean, that's a very good point.
That's a little terrifying.
It wouldn't surprise me
And
if those who didn't bend the knee to his satisfaction were punished somehow. It's just a theory. I have absolutely no proof.
There are desecrated shrines in the city. I wonder. I hope not.
I hope not.
I know this seems random, Derek, but did I get a response from my letter to my parents?
I'm not in this time.
Okay. There was relevant info that they could have possibly given me more information on. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
I am just saying, it would not surprise me if things went as deep as the Maho shows up wherever it is most advantageous for the governor to have them show up.
Yeah. Which means the blood speaker may be in the governor's pocket as well.
I think there's something else we should probably mention.
Sure.
So when we were cleansing the cave,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
we
Oh,
there was this brazier of water that we thought was for scrying, and we think that because as we were cleansing, a bloodshot eye was visible in the water, and there were voices that said, "Oh, that's what you two look like." I guess referring to Asako and I.
I wasn't good enough to prevent us from being seen, unfortunately.
To be fair, Mahos are very powerful. Disgusting, but powerful. And you didn't expect to be scryed upon at that point, so... She, like, pats your...
It was something we should have predicted.
We should have known. Just looking at all the things that happened beforehand, we should have known.
But just, you know, full disclosure.
Is this something you told the governor?
We told them that there were scrying devices in the cave. And he didn't kind of push it any further, so I didn't really need. Plus, I don't want to get kicked out of the city right now.
Same.
I am likely going to be accompanying the forces northward. Possibly, I don't know. Combat is not my forte.
I was
But
gonna say,
also...
I think.
Hmm?
I mean, that's actually very surprising to me.
I need to speak with Doji Miyoko to see what the feel is for the crane. I suspect that Morimoto and Wanashi will be heading north for sure, since these are your clans.
Silence speaks volumes.
I'm just trying to think.
Morimoto, Wanashi, you're just deep in thought at the moment.
I'm trying to
Coming up
make
with a
sense of
cover.
all this.
Trying to figure out conversation to get me out of talking to my wife.
I like that that's your main concern.
He's not listening to any of this. He's just
My input was given, and then I'm gonna like, no, but
Dearest wife, they've sent me north. I have to scout out immediately.
That would be Wanashi's.
bye, wife.
My
Okay.
wife.
It pains me that we could not meet, but I had to immediately.
Oh, it's a letter. Perfect.
Exactly.
Even better.
I don't know. As I said, I'm going to consult with Doji Miyoko to see what the other crane are going to be doing. I suspect Ayadoji Endo will go, but he is a warrior. Miyoko and I are not.
Did I
Mhm.
come to the city with anybody from my
Uh,
clan specifically? Since I'm not really like.
That's me.
Yeah, I guess
You-
that's it.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't meet up.
No, but I'm saying like I didn't like none of my clan besides Tatsumiya is here because I'm from. I came from
There are
Dragon
Phoenix. There are other Phoenix. You didn't come with any, but there are other Phoenix members here.
And the Asako family.
Probably. I don't think I have any for them, but there are some. There's some of the Asawa. Yeah, I mean
Probably
probably.
Shiba. I was gonna say you're
Like,
probably
Shiba.
escorted by a Shiba.
And there is Isawa oh my god. Isawa what? How do you say her name again?
Sawako.
Sawako. There is Isawa Sawako. Which we've met her a few times.
Yeah.
That-
I mean,
that-
But
I was thinking more from my like direct family.
In truth, like her job probably is going to be if there's a blood speaker to assist other elementals in like destroying it.
mm-hmm.
I would know a lot of the Isawa family because I'm from the Isawi Elemental school.
Yeah.
So, could it be reasoned that I know a couple of these people to see what Phoenix clan is currently?
What the plan is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask. There's not as many Phoenix here, but the ones that are from a lot of the Elementalist school are preparing for a sort of Shuji versus Maho battle against this horrific entity. They are planning to try to overwhelm it.
Okay. I guess I want to locate just anybody that I can kind of like basically just low-key do it. Good lord, names are bad for me. Miss Doji is doing.
What? Oh, you want to consult with your clan too?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's basically all I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
I
you
went
can
a
go back and-
long roundabout way.
Sounds good.
Think
Anything
it's
else
cool.
other than the two going to look at the clan stuff?
I mean, I'm gonna ask, are you all going to go? Have you decided?
I don't wanna.
Derek, real
Yes.
quick, sorry, out of character, just so I'm kind of caught up on everything that's happening right now because I'm trying
Sure.
to follow the story and it's kind of a lot.
It is a lot.
So this story starts off with the imperial governor overspending on things and not being able to pay the taxes to the 3 clans.
Correct.
The clans that are now most affected by this become the dragon and then the lion.
Dragon, lion, and to a lesser extent the unicorn. But yes,
And now he is not paying those taxes to those people.
he did not.
While this is happening, there is a blood speaker that is going around these different places defiling these churches.
Yeah, the different shrines. Yes.
One of those including being in the castle from the north.
The castle in the north. I don't think there was a shrine there, but that was where she was for a long time.
And then did we ever find out or know that the guy that was in that castle like knew about that, or
That Rotan knew she was there, and made the decision to let her go because at least the reason he said it is they couldn't take her, not after taking the town.
so they were able to take the castle, but they couldn't take her, and
Yeah.
she just ended up leaving.
Correct.
Okay. But now, while all of that is going on, the governor is then in a relationship with a young woman.
From the Unicorn Clan. Yep.
But then also the governor has now paid the
tithe.
Paid those tithes with the grain from the unicorn.
More from just the remaining stores they had, and it is up in the air whether he got any extra from the unicorn.
Mm-hmm. But then I assume his plan is to probably get the grain from the North Castle to repay the places that he has
To stabilize.
Mhm.
It is to stabilize the city throughout the winter. He's paid his dues, but now he has to survive.
Mm.
That's the long and short of it.
So then based on that, could I discern from the things that Utaku and I have been kind of going around and kind of tracing these different spots the blood speaker has been with the stuff that's been going on with the governor? Is there any sort of causation?
As to the shrines,
Yeah.
you roll me a theology fire.
A lot of opportunity.
A lot of opportunity. Direct pattern, no. With the opportunity, I will say something that just kind of strikes a chord in your mind is the more shrines that are desiccated, probably the less power the kami have in the area.
Sorry, say that again?
The more the shrines are desecrated, perhaps the less power the good kami have in the area, or perhaps more power the dark forces of Maho and of Jakogu have. Perhaps it's just weakening the area. If there's a specific pattern, you can't find it, but that might be a theory.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as you kind of ponder that, there's usually, I think you asked Wanashi and you asked everyone actually who's planning on going, right?
Yeah.
Belani. I've lost a
You're
bone.
muted, my love.
Me?
No, Bonnie.
I was super muted and then also in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Don't- I made her run back.
You made her grab the wine.
So, yes, she
Okay.
would have asked everybody if they're going.
Honestly, I just learned about this. It's gonna take me a minute.
I can understand that completely.
As I said, I am trying to make something of a name for myself, so if I go, it is only for that reason, but...
There's a lot of glory and status to be had in this.
Right. It feels yucky, though.
It does.
I might.
Welcome to the Scorpion way of life.
We don't know what we could do to help.
I think I have to consult. I have to consult some fortunes about this.
I will see what the other Crane are
Some
doing.
Kami.
You know what? Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Bonnie. That was my bad.
No worries. She says, I don't know. I am almost useless on the battlefield. I can use my bow, but I also am not. My endurance is lacking.
I'm going to be honest, they probably would want you around here. That's where your strengths are.
Yes. I know. There is something there. I don't know if she voices it right now, but there's something there when you say that.
Like, what do you mean? Like, did I just say something wrong?
No,
Is that what-
that it just reminded her of her position with her family at the moment. I think she's hinted at it before with you specifically, like, I am the background diplomat.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not the one in the front. Yeah.
That is me.
That's something
You know,
that
Leah doesn't remember, and with my no sentiment, I think it's plausible that I didn't pick up on it.
That's fine.
That's directly said.
It's perfectly fine because, you know, a scorpion already knows this, and that's great.
I'm just telling you, Konami
Sorry.
might not be the only airhead here.
Yue is not an airhead. Stop it.
I got none in Scholar except for theology. I only care about my gods.
She's
I'm
a
a good
very
little church girl, and that's about it.
she's a very wise girl.
Uh,
Look, she's her own kind of intelligent. Okay, you don't talk
I'm
bad
very-
about Yue.
I'm very, very nice. I'm
You're
very,
very nice.
I'm very nice.
Very good girl. Love you.
Aw, thank you.
Okay.
okay, wife, stop flirting. We're playing a game here.
No.
Oh, let me flirt!
Um,
I
Yeah.
guess Wanashi's plan is actually to talk to his wife for
Okay.
sure to find out if she would even tell him what
What's going
Scorpion
on?
Clan is planning on doing, and then talk to the Lion Clan to see if there is a different plan because what the governor said does not make sense to Wanashi.
Sure.
So he's gonna bring that up to them.
Okay.
And then I
Well,
guess have the wife tag along because Keith is scared. Wanashi is tolerant.
All right. Asako,
Wary.
Yeah.
you go and you check with the other Phoenix, and like I
Shut
said,
up,
it's very
buddy.
similar. The Sawa, the Elementalists, are definitely preparing for a battle of Shuji against potentially one blood speaker, potentially a blood speaker and her followers. They don't know, right? And there is a lot of tension in that. You are, of course, invited if you wish to assist in this. But yet they know that like you've been, you know, more of a studious a teacher in recent years, so they're not sure like how prepared for like, this type of combat you are. But you are welcome to join them. They will take all the help they can get, and when this battle comes,
They don't know, like, ass.
I mean, yeah, I guess you did get back from a fight against a Maho user, so I mean,
We
that does
won.
speak volumes. Yeah, that still
Um,
speaks volumes.
She takes it into consideration. I think if we do end up going with these groups, I would probably pair up with the other elementalists.
Sounds good. Then you're
Oh.
putting yourself potentially in the scariest fight if if she is there.
But so
But yeah, okay. Then you're gonna do that, and you talk with them. They are not led by, but one person who kind of tries to keep people calm and steady is Sawako. I can't say her name. Sawako.
Sorry.
Sawako. Thank you.
Wow.
Sawako.
What a name.
It's a lot. It is a lot. But she does her best to kind of keep people encouraged and calm in the face of what might be awful. An awful that's not been seen in a while. Wanashi, you go to find your wife.
Hey, here we fucking go, guys. Get your popcorn, get your drinks, and please don't laugh at me.
And you head to the kind of house you know she'll be staying.
Sorry, what?
You head to one of the houses the house you know she'll be staying.
Yeah.
Deeper in the lion territory. It's a large building. You know it was gifted to your family not long after you got married, and you've never really stayed here. But you know she stays here on occasion. Who it was gifted from, you're not super sure. Maybe you have some guesses. And inside, as you will make your way through the house, you will find Bayushi Marina waiting for you. Just a cool, neutral look on her face. Dearest Nagari, how are you?
Doing good. How about yourself? And Wanashi is stoic, I guess.
Sure. I am, of course, very well. I was troubled to hear of the danger you had been in recently.
Yes. Caught off guard by one, better prepared for the second.
Yes, I've heard of both encounters. I know that you were perhaps the first, along with the Crab Clan, to encounter some of these corrupted creatures. Up in the Dragonlands.
Yeah.
May I ask why you were in the Dragonlands? I've been told you went fishing.
Fishing, yes. Caught nothing as usual.
I
My
know that
talents.
to be a pastime of yours.
It's really not my specialty. Lies with my sport.
Indeed.
Probably something new, some variety. But are we? Before I continue, are we alone at the moment?
You are.
No, I'm talking to the wife.
Oh, you ask her?
Yeah.
She says the same.
I don't believe her.
Yes, I'm very aware how passionate you are about your activities. So I'm curious how you ran late to the event to go fishing, or why? Mhm.
But hold on. Let Keith think, okay?
She stares at you, waiting for a
The
response.
game is paused at the moment,
No,
Derek.
it's not.
The game is fucking paused. Ah, fuck, he's gonna tell her.
Okay.
Damn straight body. Sorry, got distracted. Now, at first, it was guys go up north to fish, but in reality, some of us was looking into information about why the food stores were being corrupted, being tainted.
And that led you north.
Yep.
How far north?
DM, how far north?
And you can probably gather what she's insinuating.
Keith does not that doesn't quite know, but DM does.
The castle that everyone's going to raid is up north, and she's kind of curious how far north you were going.
I myself and one of the crab clan, we headed back early for the competition. That is.
You
And the
left
reason
early.
I left, yes, I left early to head back to the competition. That's when I ran into those Bushi. Got injured. Took some of the weapons and the mask as proof of what we've slain. And apparently it was a big deal because I was. And you know how I feel about being late to a competition.
I do.
And you know I will never do it unless it was something important. But the judge of your tone and how you look at me right now proves that you already know what.
I know a bit. I'm trying to piece it all together.
As far what the rest of the group did up north, I have no idea.
And who was the group?
Oh, you already know.
Maybe. I'd like to know if you'll tell me the truth.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. My traveling companions, you know that. You know them all at this point. You knew them way more. You knew them. You know them better than I do at this moment. So.
I feel like you're trying to get around giving me names, Wanashi.
No, sorry. Wanashi does give
Does it?
give the name.
Okay. Then she nods to that. And yeah, she does relax a bit.
Now.
I appreciate your honesty.
Mm-hmm. Now about that speech today? How do you feel about that?
And takes that question in.
I
feel
would-
that there-
I would have
feel-
loved to lie to my wife, but I would never roll better than I can. So
I feel that I'm going to be very busy in this city for some time, and I wish I'd come earlier. I did not realize the state of the city. Nor do I think some of my companions did. I've had conversations with others of my family, and they have been focused on smaller, pettier things. Frankly.
not anymore, I guess. This is
No,
gonna be your
I've
main focus.
straightened it out. My family will now be looking to the bigger picture of the city.
In what way?
The Bayushi serve the Emperor, and the Emperor is not being served in many ways here,
As does the Lion Clan.
as does the Lion Clan. And so, you will do your duty to the Emperor and you will head north.
And you will do your duty to the Emperor and find out what's going on here and put an end to it.
I will.
And I will as well.
She nods in approval.
It's been months, by the way. How have you been doing?
I've been well. The lands of the Lion are interesting and ever hard for me to navigate in some cases.
You know, you can always go home for a little bit.
I do on occasion.
Thanks for telling me without actually telling me. Nice, yeah. If you do want to move back to the Scorpion Lands, let me know.
I appreciate the offer to have me sent home, Wanashi, but I'm alright.
Oh, not like, forcefully, but if you feel like you're better off there.
No, I'm better off where I am.
The awkward fucking silence.
Yeah, she just stares. She's an intense woman.
Yeah.
Have the Lion fully committed to this attack?
I'm about to find out to this as well. I don't know if
They
the
should.
Lions. I just don't know if the Lions have any plans behind the scenes, but I think you can find that out better than I can.
I can't, but I mean, I get my information through contacts. You're one of them, Nagari.
So I'm just a contact.
No, but you're also one.
She smiles at that.
Wanashi does chuckle at that.
If you do head north, be safe. Some of your clan like to charge in the front. Absolutely insane. Let them do so. Don't be a fool.
At the very least, I'll let them charge first.
Good.
So, did you take a tour around the city yet? I mean, I'm pretty sure you have, but...
Yes, your friend Doshi Jin did. She was rather polite.
Have you noticed anything? Like, strange? Strange?
A number of things are strange and wrong in this city.
Yeah.
I'm moving to set them right.
Doji, she mentioned that the tithe was paid,
It was.
but the unicorn stores are empty now. Around the same time as the payment, so that's kind of strange to me.
I see. She's mentioned something similar to me. Or at least mentioned the unicorn specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Something is very wrong there, and I think I have a good idea what it is.
Whatever it is, just stay safe.
Oh, I'll be perfectly safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the one sieging a castle. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
dealing with some fools.
You have your own fight here, though. If you need any help, just let me know. I know our clans have different ways of doing things, but I will charge into battle for you.
She knows.
Shut the fuck up, bear.
But yeah. The conversation, other than that, stays pretty much the same tone. She's ever reserved, but just always a hint of something friendly. It's
like she's trying, but like it's still awkward for her.
Yeah, maybe not even awkward. Just she's standoffish and she's putting effort into to be friendly.
Ah, tsundere, gotcha.
But yeah.
Yeah. I guess after the conversation, he will go to the Lion Clan next.
Oh,
You
that's
can.
lame.
Hey,
Huh? What?
You kiss your
Hey.
wife.
Oh. Hey.
It's her wife. You do it.
Yeah, I go to the Lion Clan. Everyone, boom!
please, someone needs to
we've-
get some lip action here.
We've seen the animes. It never goes like this on the first meeting, married or not. Okay.
I assume
yeah.
you've already kissed at least once.
On your
I
wedding,
mean-
maybe?
I don't know how Japanese weddings work, to be honest.
Rokugan has like a whole thing, but we're not gonna go into it.
Um, can I say something before we move on?
You may.
So we're gonna back up a little bit to our meeting. I think
Uh-huh.
before we leave, before we part ways and we're done with the tea, I just want to. I know Bonnie has mentioned this before, but I kind of want to make it official that kind of UA will just be like. By the way, you guys can call me UA if you want. You don't have to call me Tatsumiya. I feel like we kind of know each other enough.
Oh,
Please
yeah, of course.
feel free to call me Yijin if you wish.
Rika. And she bows her head slightly and smiles.
Nagari.
Hero.
This is where Bear just goes Morimoto.
The whole time we were doing
I
this, I
so
was like,
fucking like you
"Mm."
guys.
I think out of everyone,
I'm glad you all,
Munashi would be the
I'm
one
glad
to
you
do
were all
that.
that close with me. You may call me Morimoto, and we'll be forever call me Morimoto.
The
That's what I
entire
do.
time this is going on, I was like, oh no.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
fine.
be the one.
Morimoto is still just like, I'm just gonna still call you Tatsumiya.
I
No
like
thanks.
Tatsumiya though. I'm not saying like I like both your names, but like Tatsumiya sounds nice.
It is.
Yeah, it's a good. It's thanks. My great grandfather made it himself.
Yeah, he did.
He named himself.
I will
named our
say-
clan.
Technically speaking, we are still supposed to use the family names while in public, so
Yeah, but in private, you can.
In private, you can call me UA.
Nice. And with that, if you guys want to take any sort of bonds of friendship from the Court of Stone, you can do so. I will allow that.
yay!
What?
What?
Yeah.
Probably
Wait, what's
will.
that?
You can spend XP. I'll show you. I'll go over it later.
I would like to spend enough XP that I get to be Yi-Gen for a scene.
That does not work.
The bond of
She needs to
friendship.
borrow my courtesy air check real quick.
Right. That you can do.
I actually don't know what this does,
I'm
so.
an ex-
It does certain things like I know like the highest level is like you could transfer void points to
points.
each other.
Hmm.
The first one, depending on what you do, is like a different kind of bond. The third one is the one where like if it's an NPC, you can play them for a scene, whether it's in a flashback or current
Also,
times.
Monashi, for gathering the courage to go talk to your wife, you may have a void point.
I have 2!
Nice job.
Oh yeah, fucking losing my honor, gaining some glory, talking to my wife, getting a void point, been up and down here.
Pass. That's what we aim for.
This is fun. I like
Yeah, I love this game.
this. Teaches me how to be a face character, guys.
I'm proud of you.
Everyone's face. You go and talk to the lions though, Monashi, and they are
Yeah.
definitely all preparing for battle.
Yeah, for sure, because that was the order. But I'm trying to figure out if there is a. I'm trying to figure out if they think it's also weird, what he's stating after what I've been, after what I told them.
What are you asking specifically? I'm sorry.
If I'm asking if I guess the daimyo or any higher officials in the clan
Uh-huh.
think it's a bit strange that the governor's making weird connections. Monashi 100% expects us to still follow the order in charge to
Sure.
lay siege, but
There's a mixture of thought.
Yeah.
Some think it makes sense.
mhm.
I mean, there have been a lot of, not a lot, but there's been reports of the corrupted up any of the dragon territories, and all this seems to work in Rotan's favor. So perhaps he's right, perhaps he's not. Perhaps he is just drawing conclusions, perhaps the conclusions aren't wrong, though. That's kind of the feeling of the Lion Clan. They don't know.
So it's not definite, but more of a
Yeah,
okay.
what you will get from the Lion Clan is they're going to solve the problem first and then deal with this on the back end.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. So the Lion Way.
The Lion Clan. They will deal with this in-house as well.
Don't worry, my wife is on it.
Up to me. Was there anything else you wanted to do, or should I go to other people?
Yeah,
DM,
I
her
will-
name is Yue. Get it right.
Yeah, you can also call her Yue.
That's appreciated. I appreciate that.
They're at that stage. I think I want to see if I can find the crab,
Okay. Yeah.
as well as I can't technically commune with spirits, but I would like to kind of. First off, I do want to go to the shrines, try to start to clean them up. And probably at one of them, I will ponder and meditate,
Okay.
looking for some guidance.
Sure.
But basically, what the kami thinks is the right thing to do.
Sounds good. Roll me a void meditation check then. We'll see what you get as you reach out for guidance.
Void meditation. Okay. I got 1 success and
An opportunity.
an opportunity. I'll take it. Take all of them. I don't
Okay.
get a reroll. I'm not cool like that.
Okay, so looking for guidance. It's hard to get anything in particular with 1 success. What I will say is like what the kami are concerned about more than anything else going in this city is the blood speaker. You sense that feeling of dread that you felt over near the cave and in the town, and you feel that this more than anything, the affairs of Rokugan can survive if this creature is gone.
Okay. Okay. Then off to find the crab.
Find a crab.
And
All right, and you can do so. He's actually with the Lion Clan as well right now. He's with a lot of the Kitsu, and it is this like the most dour looking meeting you've ever seen. It is like the Kitsu are very very stern faced, traditional, almost I think a little grim characters in the most part.
Mhm.
And he is just this creepy guy amongst the mix. And they are just talking about, just different methods for dealing with the purification of the land and of the dealing with this blood speaker's influence.
Okay.
But if you of the Phoenix Clan would like to join the meeting, you are welcome.
Oh. I think she immediately, she's like, no one's ever invited me to these kind of things. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, you did help defeat one of the Maho users. You're the only one here who did that besides me.
Okay. Thank you. I'm honored.
Mhm. So yeah, you can sit in. Is there some stuff you wanted to ask him?
Not in front of the Kitsu.
Okay, fair. Then yeah, the meeting will go on for some time, where they definitely talk about purifying the land, and perhaps dealing with and burning the body of this blood speaker, and whether that's going to be enough, if they're going to need to seal it, as has been done in the past with other creatures. Something maybe Tatsumiya learns during all of this about blood speakers. Blood speakers can survive a lot. They do typically need to be bound to something.
Tatsumiya, in her youthful naivety, is just like, oh my gosh, it's just like at the Kaido shrine, at the cliffside shrine. With the demon in the well.
Yeah. But that's kind of the conversation. Like, if we've defeated her, if the Asawa can defeat her, then how are we going to bind her? Where are we going to do it? And stuff like that. They mentioned, it was likely she was bound to the castle beforehand, and
Perhaps Rotan let her out or is using her.
I see. I stroke my beard. I don't have a lot of strife right now.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I can seem a little,
Sure. But yeah, that's the general, just the conversation. After it ends, you can certainly speak with them.
So is he gonna let you go and continue your quest?
I suddenly found that I don't need to be let go. If their blood speaker is north, which I think she might be, I don't know, then I'll just travel with everyone else. If they're wrong, then I'll separate. I think there'll be plenty of time for me to do that. But I'd appreciate it if you kept that between us.
Of course. Have you visited the shrines yet that were on that map?
No, a few. They have been indeed desecrated. I'm not sure to what extent or why. My feeling is that this blood speaker wishes to do some great act of Maho, and likely the shrines prevent such a thing. What this act could be, I am unsure.
Can they do that from without, can they do that without being in the city, or is this something that
I
they would have
don't
had to be in
know.
here to desecrate?
Oh, to desecrate them? They would have had to be in here or had one of their servants in here, certainly.
Interesting.
He gets real close.
It's another reason I'm talking to the Kitsu. If I were the blood speaker, I'd want to be in on these meetings too.
He just says it with these big wide eyes.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
So I'm making friends.
He leans away.
Can you help introduce me?
If you like.
Of
To the
course.
To the rest of the Kitsu.
Of course. I do know one.
Mm.
I feel like I made a good impression, but it is something I'd like to learn more about.
He nods. I can do that. Although I admit I've only just recently met some of them.
I feel like you have more experience with them than I do at this point. All things considering.
I do, but it's not always been pleasant. I've always been a bit nosy.
That's okay. I can be pleasant.
He takes that in stride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll do so. There's probably a group of these this group, I would say about 7 or 8 different Kitsu, who were discussing how to best bind this blood speaker. And he'll introduce you to them.
Okay. I think after all that is kind of said, can I speak with you where there might not be prying ears?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're able to kind of step away, perhaps to a different part of, or perhaps up to one of the shrines or something like that.
Mm-hmm. May I ask, you said that you first caught their trail up north.
I did.
Whereabouts up north?
I think at a castle we both might be familiar with, Miss Tatsumiya.
When did you go?
Not long after Rotan had fully secured the castle and begun gathering people. I talked with him
Do you believe him?
that he let it loose. What do you mean?
That he does intend to stop them.
Oh, I think if he can, he will. I don't think he is using this blood speaker for his own purposes. Not intentionally, though I think she helps. I gather Rotan's biggest concern is dealing with the governor. And while the blood speaker may come next, it is secondary.
That's good to know. I again look around for prying ears for
Sure. If you look around, he will say, "There is no one. We are safe."
Who told you I was there?
He will say, I, for my part, and he kind of turns to you again. His wide eyes. I know of many, but many of the commoners appreciate the work I do. I recognized a number of you by description. I became aware that there were others who were purifying the area and purified the castle. You and Mrs. Sako match that description.
I understand. Thank you for your candor.
He nods. I see no reason to keep secrets now.
Seems not. But if you need help with anything, I want to do my best for that.
I should perhaps call upon you then at some point.
I'll be honored. I'll be honest, like, I'm still very much learning, but I think getting experience is important.
It is. It is the best teacher.
Thank you. I think I'll go talk to the Kitsu some more.
I recommend it. They're not great conversationalists, but they are very knowledgeable.
No, she nods.
And yeah, you can do so. First part, like the crab, your crab friend here, he's he's an odd duck, but he's not a bad guy. Something you're kind of.
Yeah, like it's kind of like one of those things that like Yue's family is very strange, and like she's not like she's like he's my people, but like it's one of those things like it's probably more that meets the eye here, and like she's pretty. I think she's pretty open about those kind of things and this weirdness of this guy. And while you know he unnerves her, she's gonna give him a chance.
Sure. Nothing else. He didn't out you.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. I think honestly, he's kind of put us on the same level. So that's something I can absolutely trust.
Absolutely. Morimoto.
I think I'm gonna take it back to our group conversation. Having
Sure.
heard a couple times from Doji Jin that
Mhm.
she's not very much a combatant. Is that something that you want to change?
Oh no. I mean, I have some skill with the bow.
Absolutely
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Suffice it to say, I am.
That's such a me answer, though. I'm not very strong. Do you want to change that? I'm not going to the gym.
I have proficiency with the bow to some extent. I demonstrated that in our first combat with those peasants. No, my skills truly do lay in the realm of politics and diplomacy. I do practice the bow from time to time, if that's what you're asking.
Why do you always seem so down on yourself about it that you aren't this person?
Because I'm not. I don't have the stamina to keep up with most armies on the march. If my clan calls on me to go to battle, of course I will do so. But they don't often... Crane don't often... the Doji in particular are not often asked to participate in combat. The Daidoji, of course, are quite adept fighters.
Well, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to see if if it was something that you wanted to do about it, like help you train. But if that's the case, no, you're all fine.
I appreciate the offer, thank you.
I think after that, she'll go looking to talk to Yutaka Fuyumi. Derek?
You're muted.
Having a whole conversation with myself. So yeah, you can absolutely find her. She's still in the city. She's probably more with the unicorn. Kind of discussing what they're gonna do. She's been roaming around as of late, but she may go on this mission. Just because the battle maidens as a whole can't go doesn't mean she can't.
Yeah, she'll probably go to find her and just kind of see how she's doing, how she's taking all this in, what she wants to do.
Sure. She's taking it a lot, and the fight with the user of Maho has convinced her that they need to do something. They need to bring some stability here. So she is very willing to aid in the recovery of this castle. And does hope, I think, hope is a strong word, but does wish that they find the Blood Speaker in this mission. She's concerned about it and wants it gone. And if they deal with an insurrection at the same time, great. I will say one thing that's keeping her busy. It appears that the news of the incoming attack has gotten out very much among the populace. And while people are preparing to leave, all these samurai are. Many commoners are coming in from the Unicorn Land, perhaps bracing for what if there's an attack on our land, and they are bringing like lots of carts and supplies and stuff like that.
Mhm. Where's our relationship at currently?
Decent. I mean, she very much enjoys your company. You've traveled a good bit. Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's pretty decent. Why?
Are we getting like close? Is there like some
Yeah.
intimacy?
Yeah. I'd say so.
I think she'll probably like grab her hand and like bring her in close.
Mhm.
Trying to look deep into her eyes.
Mhm.
But you were amazing out there.
Thank you. I ate those arrows like a true soldier, she says, just grinning.
You did amazing. You fought braver than I've seen from a lot of people.
You as well.
Rather enjoyed our last couple weeks together for Yumi.
She nods. They have been nice. They've been good. And they will continue to be good.
Kind of smiles at that. I just wanted to make sure that before we went out on this mission that you knew how much I cared about you.
Stares back. Feeling is very much mutual. Be safe. I probably won't storm the walls, but when you get the gates open, I will be coming through.
And I'll be staring into hell itself on the other side. Nothing can stop you.
She nods at that. Okay. That is all for that. Doji Ijin.
Yes, I need to speak with.
There's one last thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to go over to talk to the people in the Dragonlands and see what their
plan is.
What their plan is, what their thoughts are on all this.
So yeah, the Dragon Clan has a unique idea. If by chance Rotan is able to defend these walls, to the point where they cannot breach them, the Dragon Clan is coming up with some alchemy stuff to blow a hole in the wall. They've got like alchemists and stuff on that. They are preparing Operation Demolition. Yeah, exactly. Helm's Deeping it if needed. They don't think it's going to come to that, and like most are preparing just for battle, but there is a handful that are preparing to put their unique sciences to work.
What's their, like, if I talk to some like the higher ups, what's their opinion on like what's going on with the grain shortages and?
They are now fully convinced this is Rotan's doing. The Dragon Clan, it makes sense. They have been suffering more than anyone, and Rotan has taken a fort in their territory. That's the opinion among the samurai. Among the people here, it's a bit different. I will say you will find that the Dragonland is very much attempting to bring order to its territory. There is a lot of dissent in that area more than the other two. And Morimoto, if you would, as you're just kind of walking around and trying to get a feel of things, I would like a check of some kind. One moment. Because you might notice something wandering the streets of the Dragonlands here at this time.
Oh yeah, but we could try.
Perhaps. Can you do me just... Oh man. What is perception? Analyze. No. We'll do a air. I guess it's gonna be air sentiment. I'm struggling. Sorry.
I think air is, yeah, that would probably
Perceive.
analyze the, yeah.
You know what? We'll say it's aesthetics, even though it's the very opposite of such. Just kind of surveying the scene, like seeing things around. Actually, no, it kind of checks out. It checks out.
So air aesthetics.
Yeah. Just taking the aesthetics of this place.
Nope.
Okay. No. So yeah, you don't pick up anything other than, it's tense in the dragon area right now.
As I'm kind of, before I leave, could I roll a sentiment like recall?
On
Just the everything that I've kind of taken in.
Yeah. I mean, they give you some stuff. Okay.
3 successes.
Tree. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the main things you'll kind of pick up on that'll be different from before is the docks are pretty shut down now. No travel is going north right now. All the boats appear to be being prepared for war, so to speak. No more fishing vessels are leaving. There are most of the dojos and stuff are pretty active with more serious training as to where they were. Just the occasional sparring partners. Everything appears to be much more in a sense of combat urgency. Also, there are more Ronin patrolling the streets than the Dragon Clan right now. The Dragon Clan appear to be more preparing for battle.
Could it be that everyone is kind of following the words of the governor, but Akiro knows that it was the governor's fault that they're in this mess?
I mean, you know a bit. I mean, you know what the party knows. But yeah. Ijin,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
I would like to speak with Doji Miyoko.
Okay, yes. You may. She is on the island at the moment. And is talking with her crab friend.
Her crab friend.
Mm-hmm.
She has a crab. Oh, yes.
She does have a crab friend.
She's defending the crab friend from other people.
This way.
Yeah. I remember now. I basically was like, you need to watch him.
Yeah.
So she took that burden on, and she is great for doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Miyoko,
Burden.
it is
Yes.
lovely. She hasn't given me permission. Doji Miyoko, it's lovely to see you. I
You as
don't
well.
believe I've met your friend.
Oh, this is Yasuki. Yasuki Nabatsu. And he looks to you. Gives a very stiff, curt bow. A pleasure, Lady Doji.
Thank you. Pleasure to meet you as well. I was hoping to borrow Lady Doji for a moment, if you wouldn't mind.
Of course, sure. And he looks over to her and she's like, absolutely. I'll be right back, okay? He will nod, again, very stiffly. And I'd say like the two of them are kind of over at a table just talking, and she will step away with you.
I have not yet had a chance to consult with others in our clan. Have you?
Oh, a few. As to the events of this morning,
Yes.
I think my duty is going to be to keep things smooth between the other clans and the dragon. I'm going to try anyway. While the Dragon Clan is actively participating, there are still a lot of other clans moving through their territory, and that could make some tensions rather high.
So you're going?
Not to the battlefield, but I will be visiting areas around it.
That is fair. I was trying to decide where I would best be, where my skills would best be utilized. I suppose I should consult with our leaders as well, but...
Sure, but I would personally recommend you stay here.
Why?
Because I understand that a few of the important figures that I know, Masakio, and I believe someone you know fairly well, Mr. Shinjo, aren't planning on going either. They're going to be running things, and I don't believe they like each other very much.
God damn it. I'm sorry, that's out of character. I had to laugh.
Sure.
Oh!
She's actually pretty perceptive. I mean, they're not in charge of things specifically, but they're going to have some sway, and it might be best to keep things calm at home as well as abroad.
Is she trying something here? Like,
What do you think she's trying?
I don't know. Is she trying to like steer me in the wrong direction or anything?
Is she trying to mislead you?
Yes.
Sentiment error, I suppose.
I am so pumping up my sentiment as soon as I possibly can.
Try to read Doji Miyoko.
I'm gonna use a void point and do more, cause I can.
We'll see. Okay, sounds good. Let's see what she's got.
I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna do this. I get to re-roll.
Here's the top one.
Yeah, I get to re-roll some of these dice.
All right.
I'm gonna re-roll a black and a white.
Reroll. Add a black.
Oh, beautiful.
Ooh.
Oh, beautiful.
All right. All right.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so I re-rolled.
One.
Wait, hold on. Okay,
2,
so
3, 4.
1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna keep 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna keep the 3 that came up on the original,
Okay.
and then the re-rolled skill dice. I will explode everything.
Sure.
So we're gonna explode the black, and we're gonna explode the white. So that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes and 2 opportunities, I think.
Okay. 4 successes, 2 opportunities. I also have 4 successes. But I get ties to the player in the system. So, with that, you'll pick up on very gently. She has some ulterior motivations. It is likely that she knows you talked to the two of them, and she finds them of sufficient standing that maybe she's hoping that something kicks off with one of the two of them.
With
that would be
me?
good for yeah, that'd be good for the Crane Clan. You may pick up that's kind of what she's going. Her angle is.
So she's playing matchmaker right now.
A little bit, yeah. She's appealing to your sense of duty to do so.
This bitch. She's not being. So is she being like?
No, she's being very friendly about it. She's just.
Is there not an ulterior motive, but like a mean ulterior motive? Is
No,
she being a
it's-
mean girl?
It's not a mean girl thing in particular. No. It's just she thinks, oh, that would work. That'd be all right. And then so she's trying to push that a little bit.
Bonnie, she's been trying to do this to me for the last month.
Yes.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
Yeah, I mean, she's.
She'd be great in the deer clan as well.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yijin would be very appreciative of her advice. Thank her for it, and I will make my decision once I consult with our leaders in the city.
Of course.
But thank you,
course.
I do appreciate the different perspective.
There's going to be a lot going on. But it's important not to lose track of the small things as well, you know?
Yes. Sorry, I'm also fixing my sheet so I don't forget that I don't have foreign air.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't. We have exactly the same... No, my... Yeah.
Yours is a little better. But she's still pretty formidable.
Yeah. It's fine. Alright.
Yeah. All good?
Yeah, I'll go... I don't even know who the leaders in the city are, but I will go find them.
So yeah.
I'm sure I know.
They will recommend one of two things for you. Adoji is best suited probably to do some sort of diplomacy. So yeah, either they would want you to stay in the city or they would want you to venture abroad to one of the three nations or one of the three clans and try to keep things smooth somewhere there.
I think that she, in a consultative manner, she would say, I think if I had to choose between the two options, I have many more connections in the city at this point. But if you feel I am needed outside of the city, I will, of course, acquiesce.
No, that reasoning checks out to them. They request that you keep things as smooth as possible for the moment. Everyone's doing their very best to keep things level.
It would not be too much trouble. I've made many connections among the unicorn and the lion, but I don't have many dragon connections. Could you make some introductions?
They can, and they will. There probably is a older doji than you who will be able to do so. And I will get you some.
Okay.
Because I do need to make some dragons. Especially when they're such a cool clan, and I really haven't done too much with them. But yeah, just for my knowledge then, because I'm actually going to do some stuff that I think you guys won't expect. Who is, as time passes. Actually, no, there's one more thing that probably needs to happen before I do this. Tatsumiya, your girl will find you after a few days.
Okay.
The daughter of the daimyo, and say she's got a brief window to go fishing, but she's really got to get back soon. So if you've got like a minute,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, and you go.
Yeah.
All right. And you go fishing for a bit. She does seem to enjoy the pastime. She's not the best at it, but she's okay.
Yeah, I mean, neither am I.
Mm-hmm. But it's peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Just off the coast of the main island, a little ways.
Yeah.
She asked you a lot about your trip.
Mm-hmm. And I would answer, and I'd ask respectful questions of her.
Sure. Yeah, I will say she's very busy. There's a lot of influx of people from the unicorn areas, and and they're having to kind of try to find places to put them and stuff of that sort. She will mention that a lot of them have brought like supplies that can't just be stored in the streets, and so they're like preparing to send some shipments to the main island, just to
Mhm.
store people's stuff.
Yeah.
They've got some empty warehouses right now, so I think she actually does let that slip.
If she does let that slip, I think
I don't think she even realizes she does it.
Ooh, do I push it? Do I push it?
Up to you.
Do it.
No, I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna
Okay.
push it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if she. I think she'll take note of it. That she knows, but I'm not gonna push the issue any further.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Also, just how
I-
like casually she just lets it slip.
yeah.
That's war-worthy information. She just
Just that they have a bunch of empty warehouses.
yeah. I mean, like
Yeah.
they're like, why are they empty? They should be empty. What? Like stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I already know. So
You do, but like it's just she tells that to the wrong person.
yeah. No, I think. Does she seem to register that she let that slip?
No,
Actually, then yeah, I think I would kind of empty.
she's quiet.
It's
Yeah. Well, the governor said we had some extra space on the island, so he's just helping out.
No, okay. Okay. I don't
Yeah.
think I push it much further, but I
Yeah.
do kind of I kind of it's very much a I let her know that she said that.
Sure. She's suddenly very aware that she did.
Yeah, but I think after that, like, not to like change the subject, and maybe not like completely change the subject, but I don't bring it again.
Uh-huh. Okay. It takes a while for her to relax after that.
Yeah, no, I think she's. Yeah, and I think it's just. I'm not gonna tell anyone.
Thank you.
That's safe. I mean, it's.
She doesn't look at you. She's just
Yeah.
very quiet.
I don't really play with that kind of information. I honestly just kind of want to fish.
Me too. She suddenly sounds like very tired.
Yeah. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm under a lot of pressure right now. There's a lot going on, and people are looking to me to be able to do stuff, and I've not had to like this before. So I appreciate the quiet.
Yeah. Is your family kind of helping you with it?
Yeah. I mean, my father runs the unicorn side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I have more duties as of late.
That's fair. Kind of came back to the city and everything kind of topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
It'll get better. It's just everything's very tense right now.
It is. is, and it's a lot. Have you ever kind of been in a wartime situation before?
No, no one can attack I've lived here all my life. No one can attack this city. It's pretty much impenetrable. If someone tries to invade via the river, they have things to protect against that. Trying to get over the walls, it would be possible. They're too big.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first real threat we've ever had.
I couldn't imagine the kind of pressure. I've never been in anything like this either. I'm kind of trying to figure out where my place is in it. It's like, I think it's finding the blood speaker, but
Read about those. Other origins. There was a really powerful one a long time ago. They've never been able to really kill him. They just locked him away.
I think that's what the Kitsu are planning to do too. But I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
They say he about killed a whole city. So just kind of looking out over the whole place.
I guess. And then it really is important that we get the shrines cleaned. I think I was talking to the crab that came in, and that's kind of the thought process there. That while the shrines are defiled, they might be able to do some magic and cause a lot of destruction.
He was a strange man. Mayaka, I believe is his name. Kuni Mayaka.
Yeah.
He gave me
Strange,
like weird looks.
I think that's just how he looks.
Maybe.
He's kind though. I think he definitely does want the best for the Emperor and for Rokugan.
I hope so. I've heard of the Kuni. They're very strange people. And a lot of them end up about as bad as the things they're killing. So,
He was mentioning something about that. I guess when you deal with blight like that, it's almost, I don't want to say it's almost inevitable, but I guess it's hard to avoid. To be kind of, it would take a lot of jade.
yeah. I mean, luckily, we don't have too much of a problem with that in the city. I mean, people can mess with the shrines, but it'd be really hard to corrupt any of the people in the city, thanks to the tree. She kind of points to the large tree in the center of the island.
Yeah.
It sort of protects everyone as well.
It really is amazing.
It is.
I live up in the mountains and we have no trees that size.
They say it's the oldest of its kind in Rokugan.
I believe it. I can't imagine anything bigger. But I don't know what I can do. I'll be honest with you. I'm not great with court affairs or anything like that, but if you need any help with anything, I'll try my best.
I appreciate that. I don't know what I could ask you to help with right now. I've got a lot on my plate. But a lot of it's clan stuff.
if you ever want to go fishing again, or I don't know, if you want to go visit a shrine, or I don't know if you like archery.
I can't shoot a bow. I'll watch you, but I can't do it very well.
Have you tried?
She kind of blushes once. I about hit somebody.
You know, I teach the children every once in a while. I can help you.
Smiles genuinely.
Yeah. Being a little cheeky, just
Yeah. She grins at it though. She takes it in stride.
yeah. Not to be mean, just
No. She takes the tease in good nature.
yeah. But yeah, if you
Okay.
yeah, just kind of leave it. I mean, I'm sure they talk more, but you know, just kind of leave it with that offer if she ever needs that, if she needs an ear or anything.
Right.
I'm not going to tell your secrets. And I think she's genuine with that.
Mm-hmm. And she appreciates it. So, I think there's still one more scene I want to get to if you guys feel okay to let me have time to do so. I know we've run over a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't run too much longer.
Mm-mm. At most 15 minutes, if that's all right.
Yeah, I think that should be fine. We just have to be
Okay.
up really early tomorrow. I have to drive
Okay.
to and back from work the rest of this week, so.
So, okay. Things will progress a little bit fast. I want to give you guys time to think on what just occurred. So first thing I need to know, who is staying in the city, who is leaving for any reason, by the time the battle is going?
Leaving.
Leaving.
I am also leaving.
Leaving. To war.
I feel like I would have consulted with Doji, Yujin, Yue,
Sure.
and like Akiro and Nagari and asked like, what do we want to do? Do we try and help the Ronin, or should we just stay with our duty?
I will stop her right there and say, please never say that sentence again, because what you just said was treason.
Do we help the Ronin or?
I'm going to pretend it never happened.
Mhm.
My leaders have recommended I stay in the city and attempt to keep things from going off balance.
I think Akira will kind of look at Asako in kind of there's nothing we can do for him now. We can't stop this.
That's out of breath. I don't know if I believe that, but I also know where my duty is. She just looks a little defeated over it.
Yeah. Yi Jin also is like, it's a shitty situation. You get the feeling she knows it's a shitty situation.
I think that's the general feeling from most.
Meh.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'm staying in the city. I need to make sure these shrines aren't corrupted anymore. And honestly, there might be some intel that the Bloodspeaker might be in the city somewhere.
And waiting for everybody to leave.
I'm not necessarily needed in battle.
I get my wife to help with that.
So, would you like
I don't want
me to
anywhere
stay?
near your wife. Keep that bitch away from me.
Hey, come on. We had a moment. There was a moment.
I
Okay.
didn't have a moment with her. You
Says
had
the
a
one
moment.
who was rooting for it.
Anyway.
Damn,
So
fucking
So-
attacked me.
stay in the city,
Stay.
I guess.
Okay.
They don't necessarily need me in battle. So
And
I
another
guess
cleanser would be good in
yeah.
the city.
Not only can I help with cleansing if need be, I also am rather a little handy in battle as long as I'm not frontline.
I was gonna say, Derek, in that time, could I've hit all the shrines that were
You
kind of
can.
on that map? Okay, and just made sure they were cleansed and
Blah.
Yes.
okay.
One thing that I would say might frustrate Tatsumiya is like, yeah, you do make progress. You definitely start cleansing them, and then you get reports that like other ones start to end up damaged.
Yeah, I think it's just a
It's a
she's
constant
running
battle.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I would absolutely try to. I think that map would be something that I would, if
Share
the
and
crab hadn't
use.
already like shared with the Kitsu and just been like, this is
Hmm.
we need help. These are where they're hitting. Or
Absolutely.
these have been hit.
Would you tell Yijin that as well?
I mean, if she had an interest in it, yeah.
Yeah. Like if you came in looking stressed about something, what's wrong? The
Oh,
shrines.
well, there's this whole map with these shrines. We founded the
It's a whole freaking thing.
Bloodspeaker's cave and the she who must not be named's cave.
Where I think she'd ask where it's happening the most.
It is spread almost evenly between the three. I guess the dragon probably has the most, but not by much.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been very strategic.
And no matter like how many like guards and shit you put on things, somehow it keeps happening. The guards fall asleep or end up getting drunk one night or something, and it always happens.
I'll see if I can convince some of them to keep some of their spiritual. What are you guys called? Like out of character, what are you guys called?
Shugenja.
Well, I
Shugenja?
am not I am not a Shugenja, but I think
I am.
technically Rika is. Yeah, I'm just a monk that the kami really likes.
Okay.
Their
She'll,
favorite.
she'll say, I'll
Yeah.
talk to some people to see if we can keep at least a few Shugenja from each clan in the city to help.
I've been trying. I've been speaking to people, but I appreciate it.
Okay. So 3 stay, 2 go.
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Then a week will pass. A little over a week. Manashi and Morimoto, as the ships, as Tatsumiya and Ojija and Asako are kind of doing what they need to keep these places cleansed, trying to talk to whoever they can, and keep things stable here on the home front. The two of you, along with a majority of the Crab Clan samurai, not the Crab Clan, I'm sorry, just like the different clan samurai, leave. The Ronin stay and the governor stays.
What a little coward. Sorry.
You do. And as you make your way north, you have this, it's a fleet of ships, mainly provided by the dragon and some by the unicorn, that make their way north. I'm sorry, the dragon and the lion, mainly. And about a week or so later, you find this castle. Manashi, you've never visited it.
Nope.
Morimoto, a lot of the tents and stuff that have been set aside, a lot of fortifications appear to be gone or abandoned, and the castle looks, pretty defended from the walls. And because I don't think it'll be super important and would take up a lot of time, at the samurai, all of your samurai, get off these ships and will assault this castle with overwhelming numbers. It is not something that can be stopped. You are the army of Rokugan. And they are Ashgaru. And frankly, there's not a lot of them. Something that-
Skeleton crew.
yeah, as you're like cutting through the Monashi and fighting, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I just had a terrible idea. I just had a terrible thought.
And as you You will quickly discover as you cut down the captain of the guard here, and invade these stores looking for the grain is gone, or the rice is gone.
Was there any traces of like a mass amount of rice there?
Yes, there was at one point. Katsumiya, Asako, and Doji Jin.
You
Yeah.
face a great army.
Okay, I want to pause for just a
Mhm.
second because I'm half sure I know what's coming.
Yup. We're all like,
Yeah.
yeah, we know what's coming.
I would probably have asked for clarification at some point with
Mhm.
Shinjo. Why do you have so many people coming into the city?
He is unsure. He just says that a lot of people are, afraid from the coming battles.
And they're all
Uh,
Ashigaru, so.
But one night, the three of you will awaken separately in your rooms to the sounds of some combat outside in the courtyard on the main island.
Mhm.
As you go to your weapon, perhaps to your weapons and to your stations, I think all three of you will probably come face to face as you go to exit your door with a couple Ronin who request politely that you wait.
Shit.
Are they the governor's Ronin?
Some are.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Oh boy.
I genuinely don't know what to do.
They just request politely that you wait.
I wait.
I
wait.
I ask if I would be allowed to wait with a friend.
Yeah.
If you leave your weapon behind.
I technically don't need my weapon. Could I store my tiny little
Would you like to try?
Hang on. How big is it? I can never remember how big it is.
Because they are being polite right now.
The wakizashi?
It's not a hidden weapon you can hide easy.
I was wondering how big it was.
It's a decent sized blade.
I-
It's not as big as a katana.
It's
but
like a
Look-
short sword. It's bigger
Yeah.
than a dagger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Doji Yijin is kind of like fine.
Sure.
Yeah,
And I
guess.
will. I'm guessing. I don't know. Like, I think I would go to UA's and fully expect to see Rika very shortly.
You do. They ask the three of you to wait here, and there's similar, or like you hear shouting in a lot of the places that you guys are staying. More like yelling, and maybe a few scuffles, but there's not much to be done.
I mean, I do have my bow close at hand. Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
there's I think like Yi Jin comes in and like an arrow flies by her head a little bit in wood. Like the wood that's framing the paper. She's like, sorry. She goes. And I think this also happens with Rika.
Rika probably is expecting it and kind of like ducks down.
It flies over her head.
Yeah, good shot.
But you can see, you guys can see out into the bay, and you see a lot of small ships. They look like storage ships have docked on the island
Great.
from the Unicorn Land.
I will mention. Oh no. She just goes. Oh no.
You will see small bits of combat taking place in the courtyard between some Ronin and other Ronin, some Ronin and Imperial Guard, but the Imperial Guard is vastly outnumbered.
I will actually say, Shinjo mentioned more immigrants were coming into the city
People who look like commoners.
with lots and lots of stuff.
Do you think Shinjo knew?
I don't think he knew.
I don't know.
I
if she
hope
knew.
not. What?
Ayuchi said the same thing.
Oh gods.
The three of you, I need a check, if you don't mind. A
So-
perception is what I'm looking for, but I always have trouble.
Vigilance.
Vigilance. Yeah, it's your, what are your vigilance scores, I'll say?
It's a 2.
Okay,
Okay,
Three.
I'm not very.
3.
Mine's a 3.
Yijin? Alright, then Yijin and Yue. As the courtyard battle ceases and they begin to make their way up to the actual governor's mansion, someone you will see trailing a little bit behind the very front soldiers, taking off what looks to be more commoner garb. You see a familiar face.
If it's Shinjo, I'm gonna fucking
I think
scream.
it's
Nah.
Rotan.
It is
Thank
Rotan,
God. Fuck!
who looks up at the tree, nods in determination, and is making his way to the governor's mansion.
Yeah.
Or to his castle.
I am.
I immediately like, don't just.
My hands do not come off my bow and arrow. No one is going through that fucking door.
Sure.
No one is getting through that door.
I
Sure.
just keep peeking through the door.
Yeah, you do. I mean, for the most part, it looks like the Ronin are just keeping the clan samurai that are left here stable and passive.
Are we
And as
just-
Rotan makes his way up to the governor's castle, we'll call for there for now.
Yo, I gotta go to bed. I love you guys.
Fucking-
Good night.
Good
night.
night. I fucking
night.
knew something was coming with.
Also
people,
heading
like,
out. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Keith.
People
Bye
coming into the
recording. I
city.
miss you already. Bye.
Good night.